what do you think is going to be really important in this quarterfinal matchup?
Well, for Dixie, when they're on defense, I think a huge key is on third down. They need somebody to be spying on Hall, whether it's Stevenson or Staley at that linebacker position. He's so good at converting on his feet, and whether it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 9, whatever, he can move the sticks. They need to focus on him in third downs, and I think they got to make him be a hero. Hall had to be a hero in that Skyview game, had a great game, but it was pretty much all him. Dixie wants to make that happen again. If he's running it, having to do a lot with his legs, that is a good thing for the Dixie Flyers defensively. Then a key for Mountain Crest is somehow keeping Hera under 100 yards receiving. Obviously, Hobbs Nyberg is going to get his numbers on the ground, maybe through the air, but they've got to figure out a way to limit Hera down the field. I think Cameron Moser, one of their wide receivers, but also plays a lot of defense, one of their best athletes on the edge. If he's going up against Caden Hera, that is going to be a battle of the Titans on the edge tonight.
All right, captain's flipping right now. There's some Camping World keys to the game on Hilton Drive, and look like the official is asking Mountain Crest which end they want to defend. And, you know, a lot of teams love to defer to the second half, but every once in a while you'll see a team want the football. But Mountain Crest did win the toss. They deferred, so Dixie will take the football to start this game. Again, I'd like to thank a lot of the sponsors up there in Cache Valley as we're simulcasting this game for you tonight. Castle White Rock, they're going to have the hard tackle the game. They have all season. Old Grist Mill, you've been there before.
Oh, that's heaven. I missed that place. One of the best sandwiches in all Utah.
Of course, Les Olson Company, one of our great sponsors as well. A&W, the Logo Shop, New Horizons Beauty College, Bridgerland Technical College, Utah Air National Guard, Northern Steel, the Lifestyle Homes, Element Restaurants, the Copper Mill, and Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram. Had a chance to catch up with Coach Andy Stokes in the locker room, 514 North Bluff Street. Always bringing you our coaches' comments. They have everything for athletes. The game doesn't start until you leave the locker room.
Here at pregame show with head coach of the Dixie Flyers, Andy Stokes, and Doug Nez playing in the second round of the postseason in front of your home fans, but a good opponent tonight. Give me your thoughts on meeting the Mustangs.
We got a lot of respect for them and what they're bringing to the table. They got a lot of seniors that are still on the team from when they were a 5A team. So really what they look like a 5A team. So we're excited to compete tonight and see what the North has.
Talk to me a little bit about the quarterback matchup. They got a good one. He's a dual threat. You got a good one in Jacob Barb, and that should be fun for the fans to watch.
Yeah, both quarterbacks are good football players, different in what they do, but both are phenomenal at what they do. So we're going to have to make sure we contain him and make sure that we stay assignment sound over there on defense.
Defensively, specifically, what do you try to do tonight? What has Coach Wainatron got up his sleeve?
Same thing as every other week, man. Just stay in your lane. That's what those kids got to do. We got athletes over there, so as long as they stay in their lane, we're going to be okay.
Bigger test for your front seven or your secondary tonight?
Probably the front seven. But they do have two. They got two high-quality receivers too. So, but their front is nice.
You got any plays you drew up on a napkin with your wife, like these?
We always got those, man. We always got those. I let Jacob draw one and Hobbs draw one. I give everybody a shot. So, hey, always got those.
Very playful Coach Andy Stokes there. Some coaches' comments brought to you by the locker room. Appreciate Simister Orthodontics bringing you the pregame show as well as the locker room and our friends at Camping World St. George. They've got a kids community day they're sponsoring tomorrow at Buffalo Wild Wings. So get on over there. There's a basketball shooting contest with nets on fire. They got sumo suits, dunk tanks. It's free at Buffalo Wild Wings from 11 to 3 p.m. Findlay Volkswagen brings you playoff football for the Flyers and the Mustangs. Flyers set to receive, and we're seconds away from getting this game going here tonight. And there's the kickoff, and it's end over end, but playable. Kitchen over his shoulder, though, takes it on a bounce at the 3. He'll come all the way to the near sideline, cut back, and then he is going to be stopped, and he's going to be taken down at about the 12, 13-yard line. Not a great first sequence on special teams for the return unit for the Dixie Flyers.
Expect to see in this first drive from the Flyers a variety of things, trying to see what Mountain Crest is going to give them defensively, as we already see the size on the corners of this Mustang team, just height and athleticism. On one side you've got Nethercott, who goes both ways, and on the other side another tall corner. It's going to be a challenge for the Flyers to throw the ball.
5-receiver set here. Barban empty, puts Nyberg in motion, and he's going to keep it. And Barban's going to go up the middle, and he's going to feel his way out across the 14-yard line for a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And we'll try to get you some of the Sky Mountain starting lineups for you as we set the table for the Dixie Flyers. They've got a plethora of wide receivers, but Hobbs Nyberg, the leader in that category, and we'll get you some of those after this play as Barban's going to keep it, and he's going to quarterback draw for another 3-yard gain, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and a long 5.
Nice play there by Jace Dart. He is your starting right outside linebacker for the Mustangs. On the other side, Bo Robinson, who will go both ways all night long for Mountain Crest as well. And then you got Dylan Bostock in the middle with Wyatt Larson.
Nyberg, 3rd down. No, that's not Nyberg in the backfield. And Barban looking, throwing, complete to Hobbs. Hobbs was in the slot. And they throw the quick hitter, and it's a fabulous Freddy's 1st down in the backfield. I think that was Preston Maurice that slipped into the backfield. He's getting more and more reps with the injury we mentioned in our Simmons Orthodontics pregame show. Nice little out route, and Hobbs sure-handed. He did not drop anything. 1st and 10. Nice early 3rd down conversion. Ball at the Flyers' 25-yard line. Barban looking. 8 in the block. They back out of it. Now Barban's going to look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's going to Mahi. Good coverage. Mahi trying to make a one-handed catch, and he can't. Incomplete. He was absolutely blanketed by Kyler Olson, the DB.
Great coverage by Olson, and looking at Jace Dart, he's in one-on-one coverage so far tonight. They're going man across the board. He's got Hobbs Nyberg. Did a great job in coverage on that one, as that was the first look at Barban there.
Mahi almost got one hand and scooped it in there, but couldn't make the Odell Beckham Jr. type catch. So 2nd down and 10 for the 25. Opening sequence of the game. Play-by-play brought to you by Southwest Diesel, the originators of high-performance pure diesel engines. Barban's going to run that quarterback draw again. He's going to bounce to the outside. He's going to have 5, maybe 6, and then pushing for maybe 7, 8 as he's driven out of bounds on the far sideline.
Flyers go empty, and that's something that play that's been called more and more the last 4 or 5 games for the Flyers. They want to have Hobbs Nyberg in that slot position. As you see Mahi go across, he keeps it on the fake and gets some pretty good blocking downfield by Mahi on the edge.
Mosier was the guy for the Mustangs that made that tackle, but not before a nice pickup, and now it'll be 3rd down and just a yard, we'll call it. Ball at the 34, just got to get it across the 35 for the 1st down. They're going to run read option. They're going to give it, and Nyberg's going to lose yardage. Hobbs Nyberg never had a hole, tried to push into it, and now 4th down coming, and on to the field is the punt unit for the Dixie Flyers.
And I think this is going to be Dawson Law coming off that defensive end position, sheds a block, and gets, oh no, it was Wyatt, it was Dart, I'm sorry, coming off the edge. Jace Dart, who's been one-on-one in the slot. This time Nyberg is in the backfield, and Dart crashes in off that right side, gets to his legs. Great play.
Tyson Fisher back as the punter for the Flyers. Good snap right in his hand. Little quick rugby-style kick, just one step and then boot it. Not a great kick, though, but it does take a little bit of a favorable roll for the Flyers, and it'll be down at the 32-yard line. And that's where the Mustangs will set up shop for their first possession here, but a nice job of the defense forcing the punt.
Absolutely. On 3rd and short to get that stop. Huge as Nyberg stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and now get a first look at Brady Hall in at quarterback. Bo Robinson will be his star running back, and the difference between these two teams is Mountain Crest has most of their best players going both ways tonight as they come out in the shotgun set.
Brady Hall, the quarterback. Great numbers this year. Dual threat guy. Sidecar right, and he's going to run right behind his running back, and he's going to get maybe a gain of just 1. Looked like he was going to have some room and then cut down real quick.
And he just has burst. You see it, not much, not anywhere to go here with the power. They go to the right side. Good collapse there on the left side of that defense by Wilgar, but that's going to be a challenge for Mountain Crest all night long, I think, is running in between the tackles. Their bread and butter play, though, is Hall with Bo Robinson leading them through the hole.
By the way, the wind is picking up this afternoon, about 15 miles an hour when it gusts, and the Mustangs have it to their back right now. They'll run a stretch play, handoff, and the ball comes out. It's on the turf. Who has it? And it's recovered by the Mustangs as the officials come in and say 3rd down.
And Mountain Crest will run multiple out of offense. They'll run under center, shotgun, pistol when they get into the red zone. They'll even put Bo Robinson at Wildcat. This time they go stretch to the right side. Good contained by Caden Williams. Doesn't make the tackle, but strings it out enough to where he gets some help from his secondary.
Some other scores in the tournament. Pineview trailing 35-21 to Skyview right now. That game late fourth quarter. And Orem on their way to beating Desert Hills. They're up 34-3. Nakua's having a big game from what we understand. Here, no score early on. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. And they'll play action, roll, now tuck and run back to the near sideline, and he's driven out of bounds. So pick up near first down yardage. Depends on the spot over there. Gonna be real close to the chains. And I think he's just short by maybe half a yard, and it'll be fourth down for the Mustangs. And this is decision time, but it looks like they're initially going to keep the offense out there. Now they'll huddle up. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, tough spot right close to the sticks. Good pass coverage by Tyson Miller on the left side. That's what's so dangerous about Hall, though, is he breaks it down and gains yards with his feet.
Got the Sky Mountain starting lineup defensive line there with Chipper Wilden trying to plug that hole. And I don't know, depends on the spot because there was not much movement at all there. And where did he fall forward to? He did get the first down. They say first down, Mustangs.
Good job by Connor Wall, just making himself big, taking up 2 gaps on that play on that Dixie Flyer front, but only had half a yard to go. Good job getting it there by the front of the Mustangs. That's a big group.
You look at some of the other defensive starters. You've got Wilgar, Kitchen, Sam Westfall, who's a lockdown corner. And then at the other corner, you've got Famanui. Pulsifer will see some time in the linebacking core. You got Segmiller, and we'll get some more after this play. It's going to be a quick hitch to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete. Famanui there in the coverage to make sure that was not a catch, and it'll be second down and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 42.
And Mountain Crest has to like that matchup on that left side with Northcutt against Famanui there. That time a little back shoulder hitch. Pretty good throw by Hall. Just a little bit too low for Northcutt to grab.
Yeah, that's a great observation. I was talking to Coach Eggleston, who did a lot of the film work prepping for this game. He said, Mountain Crest, they will go to your weakness. They will find a weakness and try to exploit it time and time again. Straight run right off the right side and pushing ahead for a nice gain across the 46 to the 47-yard line.
And this is a Mountain Crest team that's been held under 4 yards a carry in 7 games this year. So Dixie has got to kind of count on their ability to stop the run. Bo Robinson is a great athlete, but he does it through the air just as much as on the ground. The Flyers have really got to depend on their run defense to limit yards gained on the ground for the Mustangs.
Twins to the left side with Mosier and Nethercott. And empty backfield, Brady Hall all alone. 5 receivers in route, looking for Robinson underneath on the crossing route. Got him complete, but it's short of the first down. Trying to fight ahead, and he's driven backwards. And that'll be a gain of about 2, maybe 3, and it'll be fourth down again. This time it's going to be a little bit longer than the 4th and inches. But it looks like the offense will indeed, for Coach Lee, stay out on the football field.
Look at this closing speed by Stuart Segmiller. He allows the ball to be caught in front of him, but then a sure tackle here on 4th and short. Mountaineers under center.
Hall stepping out.
Mustangs, excuse me.
Is he going to fake it to the up back here? Hall wants a timeout.
Yeah.
Didn't like something, and then waited the play clock was winding down and then took the timeout. We'll take it as well. 30-second timeout, 5:58 left first quarter. 4th and 3 when we come back to Dixie High School.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson hanging out with you here, and nobody has scored yet. Both teams have had their opening possession, but Mustangs still, after one 4th down conversion, looking for a second one, but they've changed their mind and they got the punt unit on here. Ball is right at midfield. They got to get it across the Dixie 48, and it looks like they're going to now scatter into a normal punt position. And Mountain Crest kicker has it and lets it go. Nearly blocked, but a low end-over-end kick, and it's going to bounce sideways out of bounds, and they're going to be pinned inside the 8-yard line. Coming in for the Flyers and almost making that block was Sam Westfall. Boy, he was close.
Yeah, we'll see it here on the replay. Kind of a lower kick, and somehow he dodges it around
Eli Wells,
Westfall.
I think, instead of going more side, kind of went straight ahead.
Yeah.
I think Westfall maybe scared he didn't get a piece of it, kind of changed his running lane, and big break there. And now Jacob Barbin and the offense will start at their own. Spotted at the 9-yard line, trips to the near side, single receiver to the far sideline. You have one back, sidecar to the right in the backfield, Preston Morey. Barbin has it, looking to throw. Has his man, it's Nyberg. Nyberg caught it in traffic. Looked like a zone, and a little out route sat in the zone, and he'll pick up about 4.
Good help there with Dart, bringing him down. It was Bo Robinson on the far side as Nyberg just runs a little out from the slot position. 2 Mustangs waiting for him. Pretty good gain on 1st down.
2nd down, 6. Actually, he picked up more than 4 there. They give him the spot all the way out to about the 14-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and just 4. Clock ticking. This quarter is flying by. Only 5:12 left in the 1st quarter on the Riverside Business Insurance clock. Going to run sprint option. Flip it to Nyberg. Nyberg trying to get the outside. He does. And he's going to have a fabulous Freddy's.
1st down, and good effort on the block there by number 29, Preston Moore, for the Dixie Flyers on kind of the first speed option look we've seen tonight from Dixie as Hobbs Nyberg comes around in the motion, breaks the tackle, and gets enough for the 1st down.
Jay Start again, keep calling his name. He ran Hobbs Nyberg out of bounds to get credit for that stop. Trips again. Now this time Nyberg goes directly behind Jacob Barbin. Barbin's 6 yards behind, and Nyberg's in the tailback position. They're going to throw it. It's deflected, and guess who? Jay Start batted it away.
He has been all over the field. He's gotten into the backfield to stop a 3rd and short. He's limited Nyberg in the first couple series, and then with a pass deflection.
So 2nd down and 10. Flyers at their own 20-yard line. Coach Stokes said to us last week that if he plays a game like that against Park City, they will lose this game. A little sluggish on offense. They have not tried to take but one shot, and Nate Mahi could not make a one-handed grab. That was in their first possession. Here they face 2nd down 10. They're going to give it to Nyberg. Nyberg's going to bounce it. He's going to have a yard, maybe 2, and he's going to be taken down. A really good tackle, and coming in on that was Joshua Powell helping out on that stop.
And already in this game, we're seeing 2 similar, evenly matched teams. When Dixie has the ball, they're struggling a little bit. Mountain Crest moved the ball through short passes, but so far it looked very even in the trenches when both teams have the ball.
Thanks for watching on CEC TV, as well as sportsradio977.com, as well as other outlets around the state. As Barbin on 3rd down, going to take a deep out. It's complete. Has his man, and it's in front of the sticks. And that's it. Flyer 1st down. Peyton Hara reeled it in. I was watching him in pregame, and he didn't drop a thing. Him and Hobbs Nyberg, both very sure-handed.
Pretty good contest here by Nethercott on the corner, and that is the matchup we were talking about in pregame. 2 of the best athletes on the field. Long throw across the width of the field by Barbin, but gets it right into the gut of Hara for the 1st down.
4 minutes and ticking left in the 1st quarter. No score between the Dixie Flyers and the Mountain Crest Mustangs. 4-2 defense. Looks like they got 6 DBs in here. They show blitz, and they come, and they dump it, and it was there, but it was incomplete. Flyers were trying to hit that old Ted dump to Travis Muir, the sophomore, and it looked like it was thrown a little bit low and behind him, and he couldn't bring it in.
Good instant read here by Barbin, and I think it was just straight away. It was open, would have gotten hit really hard, but just maybe a little bit low to the sophomore.
Thanks to Finley Volkswagen. See their all-star lineup. Pre-owned Jettas, Passats, Beetles, 1333 Sunland Drive, or stgeorgevdub.com. 2nd down and 10. Ball's at the Flyers' 32-yard line. Barban goes empty. Trips to the near side. And looking to the two side, and Hara and Nyberg were over there. It looked like Hara was the outside receiver, and Barban on the out route, I think, threw it before Hara made his cut. They just couldn't connect.
Yeah, a little out of sync, floated it a little bit high and to the left. We'll see here on the replay, he was going Hara all the way for a little 7-yard out route, and it just a little bit out of sync.
Keep you updated on the other scores from the 4A state playoffs. 8 teams remain going into the day, and a couple of teams well on their way to advancing to the semifinals next week. Barban going to throw, a little comeback route. Hara too high, he tried to climb the ladder, and one hand just maybe got some fingertips on it, but that one was not catchable. And 4th down, and the Flyers going to have to punt the football back to the Mustangs. No score, 3:34 to go first quarter.
And that is their bread and butter play on 3rd downs. Hara on the sideline. See Barban, 2-step drop, delivers it pretty well, but great defense once again by Nethercott. That is going to be a battle all night long on the left side.
2 men deep, and he kicks it away. Fisher angling it to the far sideline, and where did that go out of bounds? It's going to walk. He's going to walk. Official walking to the 35-yard line. And pretty good field position for Mountain Crest again. Started the first drive at the 32. They'll start this one at the 35. And Dixie's offense really not able to get any big chunks. Mountain Crest keeping everything in front of the Flyers, and maybe Coach Stokes setting up to take some shots a little bit later. Both these coaching staffs probably keeping it pretty easy right now, trying to kind of see scheme-wise what the other opponent is doing, and then they'll adjust. Man in motion. And that's Nethercott, and they'll run it right up the middle, and nothing doing there. And that was the big question mark. Can the Mustangs run the ball efficiently against the Dixie Flyer front seven?
Yeah, and, you know, you look at on offense when Mountain Crest has the ball, you've got Nethercott, who's got a size advantage on Famawina, and Hara's not guarding him for the Flyers. He's on the bench. So they've got Nethercott, and I think a big advantage on the outside. I don't think they're going to be able to run it effectively in between the tackles. We'll see if they can open it up here on 2nd and 10.
Now that last play, Tyson Fisher came off his block and made a big-time stop. Fisher putting pressure again. This was going to be a throw to Nethercott, and it's caught in between traffic and down to the Flyer 45-yard line. And that is a pickup of 20 yards, and that'll move the chains. Fisher went outside and then cut back in and was a step away from Brady Hall, who stood in there, took a little shot at the end, and delivered a perfect pass.
Right in between the zone there. Great delivery. Empty set again for the Mustangs. Goes over the middle. Wide open is Bo Robinson. He's going to catch it, take it all the way in for the score. Broken coverage by the Dixie Flyers, and Hall takes advantage on a little seam route. Bo Robinson wide open, and Mountain Crest gets first blood.
Huge pass, and Brady Hall put it on the hands. In the secondary, gets torched for the Flyers, and first blood is drawn here by the Mustangs. Therapia brings you our extra points. And here is Wells to address the PAT. Snap and hold her down. Kick is up, and it is good. We'll take no good. It just missed the upright. So it will be 6-0. 2:31 left on the one-loss scoreboard. A beautiful catch there by Robinson on a feather throw. Mountain Crest takes the early lead. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back with more right after this.
Por las cosas que nos pueden mantener seguros. Y ahora, las que llevamos con nosotros ofrecen alertas inalámbricas de emergencia. Por medio de un sonido y vibración particular, estarás al tanto donde quiera que estés.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
School kick off a short one. Kitchen fills it at the 15, out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. And that's where the Dixie Flyers will take over. And now, if you've been listening to the Pineview Panthers, we welcome you in as Dixie just gave up the first touchdown of the game. And it was a beautiful 40-plus yard pass from Brady Hall to Bo Robinson. But the PAT no good. So 6-0 Mountain Crest. Welcome you in if you're on CEC TV, TDS Cable Channel 22 locally in southern Utah, as well as on KVNU and some other websites like sportsradio977.com, KSL.com, DeseretNews.com. Lots of ways to access the Flyers and the Mustangs. And Barbin going back to work. Not much doing there, but he did complete it to Mahi out across the 30 to about the 33. And a pickup of about 5 yards. I'm Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you. Tonight's game brought to you by Finley Volkswagen, and they're running that read option pass, that RTO. And got a nice little chunk, and now the ball might have come loose. It did. Mount Crest, I think, got on it last, and the Mustangs have taken over inside the 25 of Dixie. Hobbs Nyberg and Jacob Barbin got bottled up. Somebody shot in there for the Mustangs, and the ball squirts out, and the Flyers cough it up.
Yeah, it was Huerta, number 72, just came in and blew up. Barbin was indecisive on the zone read. He had it in Hobbs' gut, kept it in there too long, and Huerta just blew both of them up, and the ball hit the turf. And the Mustangs get the ball. 2 huge plays in the last several that we've seen by Mountain Crest.
So, big opportunity after scoring to lead 6-0. PAT was no good. And now the ball right back, knocking on the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Handoff to Robinson. Little cut to the middle. He's got some room. Into the secondary. Bulls over Matt Kitchen. Down to the 5-yard line. A beautiful run by Bo Robinson. That offensive line gave him some room.
And they go in tempo. They go I formation. ISO up the middle to Robinson. Not trying to disguise anything. He gets a good block. Goes left there. And just pushes off a Flyer. And then runs over Matt Kitchen. The physical battle right now being won by this big Mountain Crest Mustang team. And already down on the 5-yard line. Momentum all on their side. Throwing the ball well and now starting to run it well too.
4A State quarterfinal action here. And we've got a timeout. Brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. And if you've been listening to the Pineview Panthers, did we catch a final on that one? Last we had it was 35-21.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Panthers, who lost on the final play of the game in the 3AA state tournament last year, was on the ropes and I believe fell to Skyview, and Mike McGarry had the call on that one. And Desert Hills, I don't know if it's officially final yet, but Orem is about to seal this one up. It's been a good season for the Thunder, but Orem too much up there at home. And so it looks like the only Region 9 team that has a chance to fight on and live to play another round is this Dixie Flyer team, because Cedar lost last week 28-20 to Stansbury. And obviously the team's up in northern Utah now that we've got this new 4A classification after everything got reshuffled. It's tough, and it's a battle. Last year in the 3AA setting, we would have had probably some Region 9 teams playing other Region 9 teams in the quarterfinals. Not this year. We knew the second round crossover was going to be fun. Nolan Perry had all these games with the 8 remaining teams and the 4 matchups, tight ones. This game he had the Flyers predicted to win by 6, but the Mustangs have a chance to get ready to go again, and Brady Hall's going to keep it, and he's going to get a yard down to the 4 on 1st and goal. Mustangs have a chance to take a 2-possession lead here early on.
And you know, you talked about after that Park City game how Dixie probably played their worst game of the year in the first round against the Miners, and it looks to me like they've kind of come out with that same lethargic approach, turning the ball over defensively in the pass defense, got lost on a big play, and now Mountain Crest with the ball inside the 5, 2nd and goal.
1:29 left here in the first quarter. Out of the gun, Brady Hall. Looking to throw it, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. He tried to gather it in, but Pulsiver couldn't bring it to the breadbasket.
Great play there by Pulsiver, extending out into the flats, knocks the ball down. May have been 6 here on just a simple outright to Bo Robinson, but great job extending.
Brady Hall needs to wait a little bit longer to let Robinson clear that outside backer and then try to hit him on that little flat route to the outside, and instead It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4 for the Mustangs. Another cut goes to the far sideline. Sprinting out to the near sideline is Cameron Mosier. And I formation, and Tyson Fisher, did he jump in, drawn off, or did he just go early? Was it a false start? No word from our official. It is a false start. Now he signals it. And that'll back the Mustangs up 5 yards to the 9, and it'll be 3rd down and goal. Left tackle move there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go away from the I formation. We've seen them run a little speed option in the red zone from about this down and distance. Also, with Mosier out on the near side, maybe a back shoulder fade. He's got a definite size advantage on the edge there.
It was a 35-21 final, by the way. Skyview beating Pineview. Great season for the Panthers, but it comes up short, and the trek for a title continues. Now he's going to throw. Brady Hall rolls to the right. 3rd down and into the end zone. Climbing the ladder, but not finding it. Was Nethercutt. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And now on comes the couple different linemen. And it will be a Wells kick, it appears. A little deceiving because the kicker's not wearing a kicker number. Wearing 77. Eli Wells. Looks like he's about 6'5".
That's a big leg.
He missed that last PAT. This will be about a 25-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up.
Toe punch.
And it is towed right through. 9-0 Mustangs on the one-loss scoreboard. Your dedicated personal injury attorneys in Southern Utah. Offices in Ridgefield and down in Southern California. And we'll take the timeout with just 1:09 left. 30-second timeout. Flyers need a little drive, down 9-0.
There is a place where young and old make connections. Where kids feel like grown-ups. And grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast. Where wonder is universal. And laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future. Families find each other. And feelings find their home. There is a place.
Welcome back. Dixie trailing 9-0 to Mountain Crest. Devin Dixon and Andy Thompson with you. Game today brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. We want to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine. They provide all the trainers for all our Region 9 teams all season long, keeping our athletes safe. Kickoff returnable. And Kitchen's going to break a tackle. And then the second guy shoestrings him, and he gets across the 20, about the 22-yard line. Intermountain Sports Medicine tonight for the Dixie Flyers. Mike Tolman taking care of our local athletes. And, of course, if you have a sports injury, make sure you go see the Intermountain Sports Medicine team here in Southern Utah. Andy, what do you see so far? Dixie's offense has not really provided the big play we've been accustomed to.
Yeah, not a lot of space. Running the ball and then downfield, they're being blanket covered all night long. And Barbin has been a little bit out of sync with Peyton Hara. I'm sure they'll fine-tune that here, their third drive.
So a 25-yard field goal and a, what was it, 42-yard pitch and catch from Paul the Robinson. 9-0 Mustangs. Barbin going to run the quarterback draw. And that didn't really go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard or two, and that was it.
Really good discipline by this defensive front of the Mustangs. Great gap control, allowing their linebackers to stay free. And that quarterback draw, it worked a couple times in that first series, but that time completely stopped, as we see here on the replay. Barbin really needs to be effective in the run game, wanting to keep Hobbs at the receiver position as much as possible. Just a couple yards gain on first down.
4-2 look again, but coming up now 6 in the box. They only rush 4. Barbin's going to try to tuck and run, and he's going to get a yard or two. Diving ahead near the 30, almost the 33. And it's going to be third down and a long 5.
And Barbin decided to pull this one down pretty early. You've seen a frustrated Peyton Hara out on the edge, kind of looking at his quarterback with his arms out, wondering why he committed to the run so early. But Mountain Crest is getting into his face pretty quick on the pass rush.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 9-0 Mustangs on the one-loss scoreboard. Quarter number 2 coming up in just a moment. Tonight's broadcast coming at you on CEC TV, ESPN 97.7. We're also on KVNU up in Cache Valley, as well as streaming across the state. 30-second timeout, quarter number 2 coming up when we come back.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, blinding sheets of rain, and the treacherous storm surge.
Harvey can't mess with Texas. So donate now to help make Texas whole again.
Welcome back. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you. I appreciate Sinister Orthodontics, a fan favorite for over 20 years where amazing smiles happen. And you can visit sinisterortho.com for a free consultation. Right to the air, and Barbin looking over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Nate Mahi. And that'll be 4th down again. So on 3rd down, Flyers can't convert. Looked like they drew up a play just to get to the sticks, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, just a little squat route, and he was open. The throw was a little bit outside, but even if he caught it, the Mustangs are swarming to the ball in that zone, especially on 3rd downs. And just kind of overwhelming the defensive effort by the Mustangs right now. Region 9 playing in the big leagues.
There's the kick from Tyson Fisher. It's away. And this one returnable from the 32, and he'll get across the 35 to the 36, gain of 4 on the return. That's it. A nice special teams tackle by Pulsifer and company.
And the good news for Coach Alafapo and Coach Stokes in this Flyer defense is they held them to a field goal on that last drive. They stuck it out, and then on the first drive, forced them to punt on 3rd and short. So they have shown that they can stop this Mountain Crest team. They just can't turn the ball over. And if they can continue to stop the run, I think they have a chance here down 9 in the early second quarter.
Yeah, we got a report on that read option. Hobbs Nyberg injured his wrist, but he's back out there. He was the one that couldn't handle that, fumbled it. I don't know if it was all his fault or partly on the exchange, but now on 1st and 10, Mustangs will give it to Robinson, and Robinson's going to get a gain of 2 off that right side. Don't have the height and weight of this offensive line, but they do look big, Andy. They do. Some size up front.
And Dixie's proved, you look at the preseason, obviously, everybody talks about the Lone Peak Springville games. They go out and show really well in California. They played bigger, stronger teams and played them really well and won most of those games. So I don't think that's prohibitive to them winning this game, but so far they are losing the physical battle.
2nd down and 8. 55 seconds into the second quarter. Fisher one-on-one with Hall, and Hall makes a miss, but he can't catch the second wave. And coming in big red, Caden Williams gets the sack, I believe.
And biggest play of the game so far for Dixie. Fisher gets in there on the rollout, waiting for Hall to come around. Doesn't make the tackle, but Caden Hall comes in, cleans it up. Those two have been awesome on the edges all year long for Coach Alafapo.
Well, Big Red goes about 6'5", 240. Hall looks like a design quarterback boot. Fisher makes him cut back, and then Caden Williams, actually with a little help there at the end of that from Jake Staley, make the play. Going to throw a fake on a quick hitter. Williams in the backfield. The ball pops loose. Hall picks it up and tries to get away, and he can't. He can't get away. Buddy Stevenson there, and they'll lose another about 5 yards. And it will be 4th down, and the Mustangs are going to have to punt inside their own 25.
Yeah, Hall looking deep, pump fakes, it stays in the pocket. Ball is stripped by Caden Williams, goes down to the turf. Somehow Hall picks it back up, and then it's Stevenson wrapping him up, taking him to the ground. 4th and a mile now for Mount Crest.
Best defensive sequence of the game for the Flyers. The punt's blocked kicked into his own man. Wells picks it up. He's chopped down at the 20, and the Flyers will have it in the red zone.
The big fella picks up the blocked punt, starts running with it. Big hit put on his legs by Tyson Fisher. And great 2 plays in a row by the Dixie Flyers defense. Then the special teams line drive kick way low, just hits off the back of the front 7. And then a big tackle there made by the Flyers, now with the ball in great field position, down 9.
Yeah, it went into his own blockers. I don't think that was actually blocked by a Flyer. That was kicked like knee level.
Yes, very low.
And that just did not get up in the air. And now Barbin going to work 1st and 10 from the 20, taking a shot, fade route, Hera in the air, touchdown Dixie, flags on the play. And the Flyers think this will stand. Peyton Hera caught a feathery pass over the top. They went for it all. That's the first time since early in this game the Flyers have went over the top, and this one pays well.
What focus by Hera. He was being grabbed on his jersey right around the pylon somehow. Beautiful touch pass by Barbin. He's able to keep his eyes focused on the ball and haul it in. And, man, that connection, it was going to Hera all the way. Mosier caught off guard a little bit on first down that they were going deep. Grabbed him. He'll be called for the pass interference. Obviously, that penalty decline and the score will count. PAT pending. Dixie 6, Mountain Crest 9.
Yeah, what a play there. A little momentum swing earlier. Dixie's turnover cost them a field goal. Now this turnover, I don't know if you categorize that in the stat sheet as a turnover, but the low punt might as well have been a turnover, and Dixie takes advantage. And Reynolds PAT brought to you by Therapia. If you or a loved one struggling and needs extra help with alcohol or drugs, go to therapia.net. Help is available. Hera, touchdown, 20-yarder from Barbin. And it's a whole new ball game. 9-7. Mustangs lead the Flyers with 9:39 left in the first half. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Love to get a replay on that last touchdown one more time from our CEC TV crew. Andy, you saw something there. You weren't sure.
Well, just the corner of my eye. The ref wasn't set up behind the play. He had to run and catch up to it. I want to see.
That foot on the chalk?
Yeah, I think that's on the chalk. Tough play, and he's having to run and chase it. And tough break for Mountain Crest. The ref wasn't in position to make that call, but
I think you're right. I think that right foot touches down
yeah,
before the left.
That's on chalk.
And there is a little bit of chalk there. That might.
Great shot by CEC.
Yeah, thanks, Marcus, James, Lauren, everybody in the truck doing a great job. That one might not have standed if they had the replay rules looking at what we see. But
not a devastating.
You had the official looking through the pylon.
Yes, that's true.
Because he was right on the line. Kickoff is. It was a touchback. I was looking at the replay, and they're going to start at the 20-yard line. Here comes Brady Hall. He's got two running backs to either side. He puts a man in motion. That's Nethercott, and he's going to give it to him on the fly jet sweep. And he's going to turn upfield. He's got some room. And he's going to get out across the 30, and that's going to be a first down and a gain of about 13.
That is a big, fast kid on that jet sweep. Gets around the end, tough to tackle. Great blocking as well on that left edge as Nethercott gets a easy first down.
9:29 to go, 9-7. Mount Crest got the touchdown to Bo Robinson, then a field goal. The PAT was no good on the touchdown, as you're seeing another shot of that run by Nethercutt. Nethercutt, a senior on this Mustang team. New set of downs. Flyers just got that touchdown, but looked like maybe shouldn't have counted. Now in the backfield, Caden Williams, big red, another TFL. That's going to be back inside the 30. They're going to mark this back at the 27. It's a loss of almost 6.
He's been a monster. No one's been able to block him all year long. They run it back the other way with Nethercott with blockers in front of him, but Caden Williams breaks through, and he doesn't miss tackles.
Flyers trailing by 2, and the defense has come alive the last 2 stands. And out of the gun, Hall stepping up in the pocket, flushed out, now sets his feet, nothing there. Missed tackle, now he's going to scramble throw against the grain, and it's going to be up for grabs, jump ball, and intercepted. Flyers have it. It was It was Wilgar that just took it away, cut in front of the receiver, and got the Olaski.
Yeah, Brady Hull just lofts it up down the middle of the field after being pressured initially by Tyson Fisher off the edge. You'll see here he breaks out of a tackle, then throws it up. Wilgar high points it. Another turnover. Great job by the Flyers turning this game around momentum-wise. 8:42 left in the first half.
And Barber now at midfield, the offense right back out there. Yeah, the old momentum has swung. Barber taking his time. Again, that 4-2, 5 DBs. Barber going to quick hit, throw it. It's going to be another arm wrestle. And now is it going to be an interception the other way, or is it going to be a catch by Nate Mahi? No signal yet.
It looked like simultaneous possession to me. What a play. They're going to give that to the offense. And what a defensive play, though, closing in on the slant route, getting to the ball at the same time, wrestling it almost to a stalemate, but they're going to give that to the offense.
Good strength by both guys. Neither would relinquish the football. And Mahi did get his hands on it first, but as they were going to the ground, it looked like it was joint possession.
Yeah.
Jace Dart, I think, again, was the guy for the Mustangs.
He's awesome.
He's been everywhere. 7:55 to go. 9-7. Mountain Crest leads. Barber going to throw the quick hitter. And that one in and out of the hands of Peyton Hara. I think he had it. The hit came, and it falls to the turf incomplete.
And a far side official is saying move the sticks, but he's off because, yeah, that ball was dropped. Good coverage by Nethercutt. Or I'm sorry, Moser on this side. Breaks up the easy completion, getting his hands in on Hara.
3rd down and 4. Flyers at the Mountain Crest 44-yard line. Hara and Mahi to the near side. And then no Hobbs Nyberg is. I don't see Hobbs out there. We got a report he dinged up his wrist. I don't see him on this series. Do you, Andy?
No, he's not out there right now.
And now movement, and the Flyers might have jumped. Looks like this will back up Dixie 5 yards. They say Hobbs injured his wrist on that fumble, and we haven't. Now they're saying offsides. Neutral zone infraction. Yeah, if the defense goes into the neutral zone and makes the offense jump. And I just saw the offensive line come out.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the first movement, but the officials did. And it'll be a first down, brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Fuel it up, save at the pump. When you get a car wash, save 10 cents per gallon on gas. Plus, don't forget all your snacks at the 2 Southern Utah locations. Plus, their unlimited monthly car wash club. Stop by for all the details. 7:44 to go. Nyberg to Hara on the slant route. Down to the 30. Nice pitch and catch. Gain of 9.
Nice little simple play call, one-on-one. He's got leverage to the middle. Hara catches it with his big body, shields the defender, and he's really got to step up with Hobbs out of the game right now. He's their go-to guy, and in one-on-one coverage, he's got to win those battles against very athletic corners of Mount Crest.
Flyers, as typical of a no-huddle team, standing out there. So you've got Mahi. You've also got Travis Muir and Josh Kazir in at receiver, as well as Hara. Read option and a pass out of it, and it's going to be a sack coming in. Double nickel for the Mustangs, and boy, oh boy, Barber never had a chance because Dylan Bostic was right there.
He's been great on the run, this time on the pass. Barbin takes a big sack, making it 3rd and 5 after a really nice first play. Bostic just comes in off that left side. Puts him into the turf. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Flyers.
Yeah, you get that 9-yard pickup.
Yeah.
And then you go back. And now a huge 3rd down for both sides. 9-7 game. Flyers trailing by 2, but can they keep this drive alive? Barbin fires into traffic. It's deflected and almost intercepted. Man, that was a great effort by, I think that was Tuiakavea, who kept it almost off the turf. It just short hopped into his arms.
And Barbin's been guilty on 3rd downs of staring down his slot receivers who were going in the middle. Very dangerous, especially with how good these safeties are. They made an athletic play on that one to break it up. Now 4th and 5 coming up.
6:19 to go first half. 2-point game. Flyers with the ball trailing, but driving. But a huge 4th down from the 34-yard line of Mountain Crest. See what Coach Andy Stokes in his 4th year draws up. It's going to be a pass. Barber's going to let it fly outside, and it's caught by Hara. Did he get his feet in? They say he did. Move the chains, Peyton Hara. Great timing on that pass.
Right on the sidelines. They're looking at the spot here. It was right. Yeah, it looks like they might.
It may be measurement time.
They might measure it, but great timing, very good coverage. He had to fit it into a football-sized hole, and Barben was able to do it. And, you know, just to get that so difficult against this defense, they're going to bring the sticks out here and measure on the near side.
Harris had an unbelievable season, and this Dixie team, I mean, they've ran it for, and that is a first down, 156 yards a game coming into this week. They throw it 274 yards per game. But aside from that 20-yard touchdown to Hara, we haven't seen a play longer than that in the passing game. Dixie also has 24 sacks on the season. And Tyson Fisher, Big Red, leading the way in that category. Barben came into this game 179 to 304 for 2,788 yards passing, 35 passing touchdowns. And now he's got a new set of downs after the 4th down conversion. Dixie working right to left on your radio dial, going to run option, and it's going to be a nice pickup of about 8 or 9 yards. And that's Preston Moore, the sophomore, 5'10", 170-pound running back. This has been thrust into a starting role, and that's the first time they've given him anything outside. Nice tackle there at the end of that play.
Camden Olsen diving in, getting him on the legs, almost flipped him over, but I like the near side speed option, out leverage to the left. They get a big yardage on first down.
5:35, clock continuing to tick up there. Brought to you by Riverside Business Insurance. They can save you on workers' comp insurance. Just look them up, Riverside Business Insurance. There's Moore again, and Preston Moore, maybe a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Good read there by Tanner Lofthouse to get in right at his thigh pads, drag him down. One of the Mustangs' best tacklers in the backfield this season.
And without Hobbs Nyberg right now, you're bringing, we've seen this a little bit this year, you're bringing Tyson Fisher to play tight end. Another weapon. He didn't play a lot during the regular season, but as the season's worn on, we've seen a little bit more. Caught a touchdown this year. They're going to put Moore out in a trips, go empty. Barber's going to run a quarterback draw, and he's going to push ahead. And I think he's got enough for the first down for Dixie High.
And lucky because Fisher misses his pull-around block here on Jace Dart on the left side. But Barben lowers his shoulder, takes a big hit there from the big Mountain Crest interior lineman. That's Connor Williams. And gets the first down.
And that's going to allow the Flyers to keep marching now into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. If you're looking to buy or sell in southern Utah, go to redrockrealestate.com. Lots of realtors, hundreds and hundreds of buyers and listings for buyers at Red Rock Real Estate. Going to throw it into the end zone. Hara looking for him. Incomplete. Trying that fade again against Nethercott, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, they like that matchup, one-on-one, put it deep enough where maybe Hara can jump up and get it. There was a little hand fighting again. This time I thought Hara was more guilty of it than Nethercott as he pulls his arm down just a little bit. Ball put in a good spot, but Nethercott gets his right arm up there, knocks it away. Great play by number 2.
So 2nd down. And the Flyers trying to take the lead for the first time tonight. And they're going to try a screen. Great catch and a big collision. That is a Gallion-Welker big hit.
Dylan Bostic, who's had a couple big hits, inside screen to Hara, and Bostic is waiting for him right in the middle of the field. A huge collision.
If you've taken a big hit like that in a car accident, get with the attorneys at Gallion-Welker, Beckstrom, 435-628-1682. Bostwick delivering the boom.
Ball delivered high on the screen, which left Hara vulnerable to the big slam.
3rd down and 8 for Dixie, trailing 9-7, 3:51 left. First half action. Devin Dixon, Annie Thompson with you. Barbin out of the gun, has it, rocks, fires, and it's caught again. Peyton Hara at the 5. That's another first down. Pickup of 12. 1st and goal, Flyers.
And he's been the man, that little comeback route. He's got to run him perfectly. He is getting Nethercott to back up a little bit and turns around, balls right on his numbers. And those two have got to be perfect, especially with Hobbs out, and they're doing a great job approaching another score, down 7-9, 3:45 left in the half.
Yeah, if Hobbs out there right now, it must be a serious injury to the wrist. And that would be a crushing blow to this Flyer offense. He has been the MVP, in our opinion, of the season down here in Region 9. And I don't want to speculate, but with him not out there, that tells me something really serious has happened to Hobbs Nyberg.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, he's been Mr. Region 9 for the last few years down here, and then an MVP this year for him, running the ball, catching the ball, pretty much the #1 guy in their offense. But Coach Stokes has got to be pleased with the rest of his guys. Moore stepping up as a sophomore right now. Obviously, Peyton Hara at receiver, and he and Barbin are doing a great job. Chance to take the lead.
9-7, Flyers now at the 5. It's been Peyton Hara from Jacob Barbin. That's been the go-to combination. Moore tailing behind the shotgun of Barbin, and he's going to give it to Moore. He's clipped up at the 5. He's going to take another step, then lunge forward down to about the 2 or 3. Yeah, they're going to give about the 2.5 there, so 2nd and goal. Joshua Powell makes the stop. He's been active defensively for the Mustangs.
Yeah, their leading tackler on the year as they go quick snap up to Moore again, up the middle.
Touchdown, Dixie! They got the lead for the first time in the game. Little power football right there from the Flyers.
And just keep it simple down in the red zone. Flyers go up 13-9 with a PAT left to be kicked. 3:21 left in the first half.
Preston Moore, that's a special memory for the young sophomore.
He's stepping up.
Got that option, got 9 yards. Big touchdown run there. And it's 13-9 Dixie, and here's the Therapia extra point. And again, if you or someone you love needs a little extra help, struggling life addictions, go to therapia.net. Reynolds' kick is up, and it is good. And the Flyers have the 5-point lead on the one-loss scoreboard, 14-9. 3:21 left in the first half. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Back live, Dixie High School, and it was a 9-0 lead for Mountain Crest, but a 14-0 run thanks to a low block kick into the line. And now the Flyers will kick off here, and this is returnable from the 10, and cutting back and now taking it out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line, and that's Lipe Takavea with the return right there.
And even though, 14-9, been a close game with only a few minutes left in the first half, Mountain Crest has yet to sustain a long drive with a bunch of field in front of them. Dixie's defense has been pretty good, putting pressure on Hall, whether it's Fisher or Caden Williams, obviously having a great game, and the coverage doing a good job containing these big wide receivers.
And 3:14 to go here is Hall. Pressure coming from Fisher. Throwback, and it's caught. And it's a first down and more out across the 40 to the almost 44-yard line. And that's Josh Powell with the reception and a big gain of about 22.
And a perfect call on first down. Dixie's being aggressive, rushing the quarterback, little screen wide open, and then the blocks by the Mountain Crest team after the catch getting upfield. And Dixie being hit harder tonight than they have in a long time.
Hall out of the gun. Going to run that quarterback draw, and he's going to pick his way upfield for a gain of about 5. stopped at the 49-yard line by the Flyers. A little bit more room, I would say, when Hall has run the quarterback draw than when Dixie's quarterback Jacob Barbin has run the draw.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got big number 72. That's Huerta, who's been awesome on defense as well.
Yeah, they like to pull him. There's a throw and a catch, and it's going to be just shy of a first down. That's Nick Nethercott, the senior wide receiver. He got chopped down as soon as he caught it. 3rd down and 1.
And Connor Walden and this Dixie State front has been good on short yardage situations so far in this game.
Quarterback sneak, and it looks like he'll push ahead across the 45 down about the 44-yard line. That's enough for a Mountain Crest first down. Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. They got Samsung, GE products, contractors, homeowners. Buy direct, save when you shop at AWP. And we'll name the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game in our post-game show. And AWP, the Playmakers in the appliance business here in Southern Utah. Under 2 minutes to go. First half, Flyers lead 14-9. But Hall looking to strike back. Looking to take a shot. Finally pumps and checks down, and it's incomplete. And really good coverage in the secondary for the Dixie Flyers.
Yeah, the pressure came very late there, but good coverage pressure by the Dixie Flyers all the way around as Hall just had to, we'll see here on the replay, has time, pretty relaxed back there, flipping the ball in his hands. And then finally, it's Caden Williams putting pressure off that left side. He just has to throw it high and out of bounds.
And with 1:42 to go, they'll huddle here, 2nd down and 10. From the 44-yard line. Hall has trips to the far side, looking that way, and taking a shot on an out route, and it's broken up by Westfall. Sam Westfall from the outside comes and breaks that up.
An interesting choice there by Hall. He had Bo Robinson wide open on a swing route about 5 yards downfield, opted to throw it down the field into coverage. And huge hit there by Sam Westfall, who quietly is one of the best defensive players in Region 9. Nobody likes throwing his way. And that time, Mountain Crest sure regrets it. Now 3rd and long coming up.
1:36 to go. And Hall taking a lot of time. These Flyer fans trying to make some noise here, rumbling the old bleachers. Pump fake. Hall looking. Now he's going to tuck and run. He gets away for a second, but Tyson Fisher does bring him down from the backside. It's a gain of 5, and that's it. Looked like when he broke up the middle, he's going to have some room.
And very rarely has he been able to throw it on time in rhythm tonight, and that credit the coverage of the Dixie Flyers as he pulls it down here from the pocket, runs up, chased down, grabbed by the legs by Tyson Fisher, and probably you'd think 4-down territory here with 1:06 left in the half, but a timeout will be called on the Dixie Flyers. Big 4th down coming up.
Yeah, I can talk things over. We'll keep it right here. Timeouts brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. And they're at Sun River. I actually had a breakfast burrito out there. I was in a veterans charity event, and delicious food from Hank's Riverwalk Grill. 1:06 to go. Andy, this has been a great turn of events for the Flyers, who trailed 9-0. But
yeah,
the injury to Hobbs Nyberg, and since he hasn't returned, that's obviously that's one injury you just can't have. But they've seemed to have at least responded to that.
Yeah, and, their defense has responded offensively. They got to be very proud of Barbin and Hara, as well as Moore stepping up at running back. Only a sophomore, but they've got to buckle down. I've been very impressed. Hall hasn't had time to throw, and when he has, there's been coverage down the field, and even with his short stuff, now 4th and 5 coming up. Mountain Crest brings their offense out on the field.
Flyer fans making some noise, everybody on their feet. This is where Fisher and Williams on the edge can be disruptive. Hall trying to let it fly over the middle, has his man, it's tipped, and it's intercepted by Dixie. Intercepted by the Flyers. It's Jake Staley who got it off a ricochet. It should have been caught, Andy. It should have been caught.
It was great patience by Hall. It was Powell who came open in the middle. Joshua Powell The ball was delivered beautifully, just hit off his shoulder pad and bounced up. Dixie Flyers get their second pick of the game.
Really good patience by Hall, and he throws it perfect, and it just ate him up. And now the Flyers, with 1:01 to go, we'll find out how Coach Stokes wants to play out the remaining minute. This 2-minute drill is something the Flyers work on time and time again. Barbin rolling, looking to throw. Lets it fly, has Hare on a comeback route out to the 39-yard line, and that's a pickup of about 14. A flag does fly in late. And Barbin took a shot at the end of that.
He did, and I think that's going to be the call, roughing the passer. That pass to Hare has been open pretty much all game.
Well, you've had one injury to Hobbs Nyberg, and that's so costly. You can't have any more injuries to, especially your quarterback, Jacob Barbin, who, if you remember last year, missed the entire postseason. They were undefeated in region, and there you saw the late hit.
Really late, and if I got the number right off the replay, it's going to be roughing the passer. I want to say that was Joshua Powell, number 9, lowering his head, putting it right into Barbin about a full second almost after he threw the ball. Obvious call, and obviously a frustrated Powell.
And those of you familiar with, Taysom Hill injury, that was the same injury that Barbin had, that Liz Frank or whatever it is, and he had about a 9-month recovery, 10-month recovery. He worked so hard to get back for this season, his senior year. Barbin tough, though. He's not coming out of this game. He's in the shotgun. Trips to the far sideline, bunched in tight. Sprint out to that side. Looking, pressure comes. He fires, and it's dropped. Travis Muir, it was low, but he couldn't keep it off the turf.
Yeah, sharp delivery, rifle throw there by Barbin. A little bit low, would have been a great catch, but falls incomplete as Powell was taken out of the game after that penalty by Mountain Crest.
42 ticks left first half. Flyers lead the Mustangs here in the 4A state semifinals, 14-9. Out of the gun, Barbin. Sidecar to his left is Preston Moore. 4 receiver set. Barbin going to throw. Now there's nothing there. He's going to tuck, step up in the pocket. Now he's going to let it fly over the top, out of bounds. Incomplete.
3rd and 10 coming up for Dixie, and I think wisely, good coverage there by Mountain Crest. Just throws it out of bounds. A flag did come down late on the far side.
Here comes our head official. Don't have the officials' names tonight. I didn't get the official lineup card. Apologize, but it's a hold, and this one's going to be against the Flyers, and they'll back them up 10 from the spot of the foul.
And I like that Dixie stayed true to the aggressive nature of this offense. This 2-minute drill is basically their base offense. And now it's going to be 2nd and a mile. We'll see if they stick to it or just go into the locker room with a lead.
2nd down. Ball backed up to their own 37. They got to get down to about the 36 of Mountain Crest for a first down. And here's Barber going to throw. Out route, and it's high, and Hara can't make the one-handed grab.
And big pressure there by Mountain Crest from the left and the right side. He sails it a little bit high, but didn't have hardly any time in the pocket. 32 seconds left.
Barbin is really looking for Peyton Hara without Hobbs Nyberg in the game right now. And he's going to have to try to find either Mahi or Wyatt Forbes, or, he did try to find Muir on the crossing route, and it looked like it was there, but Fisher's also in on offense right now. Fisher looking for Fisher. He's running a seam down the middle. He's behind the defense, and he couldn't bring it in. Tyson Fisher had 3 steps, and the ball just hung in the air and just drifted with the little breeze behind him, and it went off his fingertips.
And I love the play going vertical with Fisher, and they're still going for it. Even though it was a country mile to go, throw, and just off of his hands, we're seeing there for our video audience, off of the fingertips of Fisher.
And it looked like maybe if he just changes his route inside a little bit, he doesn't have to dive for that. But he hasn't been playing wide out all season long.
Tough ask, on a play like that, but pretty good delivery by Barbin as a flag comes out again.
Yeah, they're talking about the flag. That's the holdup here. Reminds you, coming up, it'll be our InfoWest halftime report, brought to you by the internet people at InfoWest. Learn more at InfoWest.com. And it's a legal, what is that? A legal substitution or illegal man downfield. I didn't see the signal.
Yeah, I think it was an illegal man downfield. Could have been illegal touching
Illegal
too.
touch? Was he uncovered over there at tight end? I think that's what they called.
That's probably
Fisher.
what it is.
Yeah, the alignment, they must not have had something in alignment right, and so even if that catch happened, wouldn't have counted. And now Fisher's going to drop back in the Flyers trying to get that 2-minute drill. Didn't work out. They're going to have to punt the football. That holding call really backed them up. Fisher, big kick, high, end over end, and a fair catch called, and it fumbled, and the Flyers, I think, might have got on top of it. They did. He muffed the punt, Andy.
And so you miss the long throw, and then the next play you get basically where you would have had it had Fisher caught it. And Tawakuivaka is the one who muffs the punt. Flyers get another big play on special teams.
Wow. For our online audience, clear he signaled for it. It just off the hands, up into the face mask, and then it just bounces just away. And who recovered that for the Flyers? There's 3 of them right there. And now the Flyers have 17 seconds. 17 seconds.
I think that's Marshall Smith with the recovery.
Okay, so give Smith the recovery for Dixie. And now you're really almost in Reynolds' field goal range. You got time for a couple plays, and you got a timeout in your pocket. And Barber's going to take that underneath route on the out to Hara, and it's caught. Peyton Hara to the 20.
And that might be the 8th or 9th time they've run that exact same play this game, but it continues to work as Hara busts out of his stance.
Cushion.
Yeah, too much cushion. I agree with you on first down.
Nick Nethercott given too much room. But the problem is they've ran that fade behind it a couple of times.
Yeah.
So pick your poison, because Peyton Hara is fast and a great route runner. Now Moore, sidecar to Barben. The clock did stop because it was out of bounds. 14 seconds. That play only took 3 off the clock. Flyers leading 14-9, looking for more. Barben has all day. Happy feet in the pocket, letting it fly, and it's just a throwaway out of the back of the end zone. Finally, I think he had to save some clock. There is a flag down at the end of that play, Andy. What did you see there? Maybe a hold?
I didn't see it, but you got to figure where it's laying in the backfield, probably a hold on the Flyers.
So the muffed kick, and now a penalty on Dixie, and that might have just took him out of field goal range. They're going to go back to the 38-yard line. Now you almost got to run that out route again just to get back in field goal range, or just go ahead and go verticals and try to get it into the end zone for the touchdown and go for the big punch.
Yeah, do you trust with 6 seconds left you can get 2 plays off? Maybe, because those quick hitters on the sidelines have been working. We'll see what Coach Stokes opts to do here.
It is a Hanks Riverwalk Grill timeout. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you some recaps on the other 4A state games, some scores from around all of the state of Utah. We'll check in on some college football, get you some NBA. We'll take a look at all the scoreboard for you. Try to get you some statistics and analysis from what we've seen. It's been a terrific first half.
It has, and we talked about both these teams and how even they are in the first offense going against the fourth defense and vice versa, and it has really lived up to the billing here. The Flyers up 5, 6 seconds left in the first half.
Hobbs Nyberg is back on the field, Andy. He's in uniform still, but he's got that left wrist taped heavily, wrapped up. That's not good for the Dixie Flyers. That looks like it could be a broken wrist for Hobby. Man, I hate that. Got a big round of applause from the crowd, though. Second down, but more importantly, only 6 seconds left here in the half. Barben, and there's a flag. They're going to blow this play dead. This play never happened.
It's going to be a procedure penalty on the Flyers. Take it back 5 yards. They're going to reset the time to 6 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, they got to reset the clock.
And they will.
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to reset the clock because the play was whistled dead. There you go, 6 back up there. 14-9 Dixie. If you want to get into field goal range, you got to get it down around the 25 to feel real comfortable with it. 30, you could still go ahead and try it. Reynolds has a pretty good foot. I think his longest on the season is about 46. Miles Keenan, I'm sorry. I keep saying.
Probably going to have to hit it on the sidelines as they spent their last timeout. Or get up and spike it after first down. That would be a tough ask.
They've got they're really shading Peyton Harris side here. They're in a cover 2. 5 down linemen. I bet they only rush 3 though. They're showing blitz. They go empty, Moore in motion. Barbin back there out of the gun by himself. Now they put Muir in motion, making it trips to the far sideline. Barbin's going to throw, looking to take a shot. Mahi behind the defense, and it's over his head, incomplete.
And no flags, it doesn't look like. Time will expire. Like the play call, sending him from the inside to the sideline and deep. Pretty good route, almost got him.
Yeah, Mahi has speed, a little hand fighting going on, but no flags. And the Flyers, though, do have the lead at the break. A really good football game in the first half. 14-9, Dixie leads over Mountain Crest. We'll come back. We'll fire up the Info West halftime report after this 2-minute timeout.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, blinding sheets of rain, and the treacherous storm surge.
Harvey can't mess with Texas. So donate now to help make Texas whole again.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert? Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent? What? Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Welcome back here to Dixie High, your Flyer territory for the quarterfinal game, and it's 14-9 lead for Dixie over Mountain Crest at the half. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson hanging out with you, and a lot of storylines in the first half. A 9-0 run for Mountain Crest to start this game as they found Bo Robinson down the seam, and Brady Hall put a pretty pass on him and then added a field goal on a Flyer turnover. But on that turnover, there was some miscommunication. Looked like Barbin and Hobbs maybe didn't execute the play right. The ball popped out, and on that play, Hobbs-Nyberg got injured, and Hobbs was gone for the entire second quarter, a little bit of the last couple minutes of the first quarter, and he just showed back up on the track here with that left wrist all wrapped up. It looks like his night is done, and I hate to speculate, but maybe the season. I don't know, but that's a horrific injury, and man, you had the injury to Barbin last year when you're getting ready to make your playoff run. In fact, Hobbs-Nyberg was the guy that came in behind Nate Mahi and was the emergency quarterback. And now this year, you get an injury to Hobbs-Nyberg.
Yeah, horrible. Feel horrible for Hobbs, who's been the MVP of Region 9 this year. And, talking about how does Dixie respond, that's obviously the storyline of the game. Their defense has stepped up. Obviously, Mountain Crest has had a punting mistake and then a punt return muff, giving Dixie the ball back with chances to score. And Barbin has stepped up. The issue is their offense has been condensed to basically a play or two with Hara on the sideline. Other guys have to step up. I like the call to go deep to Tyson Fisher. Nate Mahi's a guy that they can utilize, but without Hobbs, that really takes the biggest dimension away from their offense.
We're at the half, 14-9. And halftime brought to you by InfoWest, the internet people. InfoWest has high-speed internet. They've brought internet to Southern Utah. They can do your web design. They can give you tech support. You actually talk to a live person. Plus, they have clean internet, which is a really cool thing that they offer. So you can go in there and custom design which websites you allow your family to access while you're at home. Plus, they have Speed Burst, which is a really cool feature. You buy your plan for $29 a month or whatever it is for your high-speed internet, and if your router and everything allows it to go faster, InfoWest will bump it up to speed and let you get burst for no additional charge. So some really cool features. Learn more at InfoWest.com. Well, I think it was kind of what we expected for a lot, other than the injury. But both these teams really came out and played some smash-mouth football. There was some key third and fourth drives. Yeah. Both these coaches rolled the dice a little bit on some key downs.
They did, and Dixie and Coach Alafo have got to be very pleased with what they've done defensively. I mean, Hall has broken loose a little bit, gone for 7 or 8 when the pass breaks down and he scrambles. But the coverage has been there, and the pressure. Cade Williams has a monster first half. Tyson Fisher as well. So if they can continue to limit the third best passing offense in all of 4A like they did in the first half, they can sit pretty well going into the second half with Bo Robinson as well being limited. Running the ball, the question is, can Dixie continue to score with really only Hera as a playmaker on the field for him?
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see if we can get some highlights for our audience on CEC TV as well as online, and then also get you some scores and some recaps from high school state playoff football today as well around the country. So another 2-minute timeout at the half. Dixie leads Mountain Crest 14-9.
So I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at our best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Te pondrán a prueba, te llevarán hasta el límite, pero no importa cuán fuerte griten o cuántos trocitos de queso vuelen por el aire, tú eres el conductor, el que está al mando. No te rindas, resiste. Y arranca solo después de oír el clic del cinturón, porque cada 8 minutos un pasajero de 8 a 14 años resulta lastimado en un choque.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
And welcome back to Dixie High School. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you here, 14-9 at the half. And Andy, it's been a wild one today, and Dixie leading here. But let's recap some of the other games. Of course, going into today, we knew that it was going to be a tall order for both Pineview and Desert Hills to go on the road and win, and neither could do it. 35-21. Pineview season comes to, and they trailed 21-0. They came back in this game, cut it to 21-14, but then Skyview had a couple late scores to put the Panthers on ice, and the season comes to an end. And That was a team that I thought was playing as good as about anybody in 4A going into this game. But Skyview proved there's a reason why they were undefeated.
Yeah, kind of a rude awakening for Region 9 in those first 2 games of the afternoon. Pineview going down pretty big to Skyview. They did battle back to make it 21-21, but Skyview just too strong on defense and offensively. And then Desert Hills going down 37-17 to very physical Orem team. That was another game that Perry had, a 1-score game. I thought was going to be closer, but they just get blasted by the Tigers.
The winner of this game will get Stansbury, because Stansbury beats Ridgeline 38-7. So we know that either Mountain Crest or Dixie will play at the University of Utah. I think that game is 6 o'clock on the 9th. And then, of course, the Orem will get Skyview. So it'll be Orem, Skyview, and then Stansbury, and the winner of this game. That'll be your Final Four up at the U of U. And that'll be one game will be on the 9th in 4A. The other one will be on the 10th. Both will be at 6 p.m. I know Parowan's season came to an end earlier today. They were playing up at Weber State. They lose to Duchesne 27-14, the final in that one. They cut it into a 21-0 halftime lead, cut it to 21-14, and then ran out of gas in that one as well. Blake Barney in the building, Dixie Flyer quarterback. Man, I remember calling a lot of his games when he was a Flyer, and he's had such a great career already at Dixie State, even though he's had some injuries. But he's been coming on really strong as of late.
He has. They've kind of opened him up, allowing him to throw the ball 15, 20 times a game, and he's really had it pay off.
Dixie has their final home game at Legend Solar Stadium tomorrow, 1 o'clock. They play a top 25 team in CSU Pueblo.
Yeah, Pueblo is one of the best teams in the conference in the RMAC, but Dixie State, last week had everything firing on offense. Never a better time. J. Lawan goes back for him at running back, and Blake's playing really good. So it should be a good one tomorrow.
Jazz are in action tonight at home. Toronto's finishing up a road trip, so that game tonight, we won't have it for you with our coverage here of the playoffs with the Flyers and Mountain Crest. And then, of course, tomorrow I'd mention Dixie State, but we'll have another game for you live here on ESPN 97.7. That'll be 6 o'clock. That'll be Southern Utah University. They're playing North Dakota at home. They're red hot right now. Second place in the Big Sky Conference, just behind Northern Arizona, and they'll play them in 3 weeks. Final home game of the season. And they're in a good spot to control their own destiny in the Big Sky Conference and maybe get in the postseason. Just missed out on it last year. They'd love to get back into the postseason. Still some work to be done. Utah getting ready for UCLA tonight. It'll be Friday night on the lights for the Utah Utes, and they're reeling. They've lost 4 straight after winning their first 4.
And, they've been in a couple of them, and then they've just kind of tanked it, unable to score. They're usually a team that plays good enough defense where they can compete in the Pac-12 South. I think this UCLA team's one that they can stay with for a little while, but down season for the Utes.
Here it's 14-9 inside our InfoWest halftime report. Let's take a look at the highlights from our CEC TV crew. For those of you watching in online or on CEC, enjoy this touchdown pass. Nice pitch and catch from Brady Hall to Bo Robinson. And the Mustangs meant business. They strike first. PAT, though, was no good. They took the early 6-0 lead. Then this is the play right here where Hobbs gets injured. We fear the left arm might be broken. And it was recovered by the Mustangs. Robinson, nice little run. Get him down into the red zone. Finishing that run off against Matt Kitchen there. But they had to settle for the field goal. Then later, it was a punt that was low. Wells, the kicker, catches it, chopped down. Dixie was in business. They had it at the 20. They're trailing 9-0, and Barbin takes a shot. Peyton Hara over the top.
Yeah, and makes the catch. Somehow the flag comes in, catches it with hands on his arms. And
foot might have been out of bounds, too.
Tough call, yeah.
Then Hall, look at him buy time, scrambling around, and then throwing across the grain. And this one's going to be intercepted by Wilgar.
And that's what Dixie's done so well, is pressuring Hall, keeping him in the pocket, and making him run around and just throw it up. Flyers with 2 picks.
Then here is a fake to Moore and a sack, and Barbin goes down. Beautiful job coming in almost untouched.
Yeah, Bostic has been great on that defensive line, and then the Flyers in the red zone. Just keep it simple. Give it to Moore, the sophomore, who stepped up for him. He takes it in. Give him the 14-9 lead.
And great shots there from CEC TV. And here's another one for you. This one looked to be a big play as they were trying to run the 2-minute drill. It's intercepted again. So 2 turnovers, and then Barbin moving the chains late, trying to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was Powell who made the drop, and then I think it may have been the next play. He makes the late hit on Barbin that gets the penalty, and then we see the muff punt. Dixie gets it in their own territory with a chance to extend their lead.
60 seconds on the clock right there.
Yeah.
But a holding penalty backed them up, and then they threw it into the end zone there as time expired and came up empty. So 14-9 at the half. Dixie leading Mountain Crest. Both teams are now back out on the field. Appreciate InfoWest and some of our great sponsors from Cache Valley Radio as well. I want to thank some of those folks that are joining us for the broadcast tonight. Beezer Lock and Key, Castellite, our friends at Lewiston State Bank, Old Grist Mill, the Logo Shop, Les Olson Company. Stick around a little later. We're going to have the Les Olson Play of the Night from all of the Region 9 games. A&W, New Horizons Beauty College, Ridgeland Technical College, Utah Air National Guard, as well as Northern Still, Lifestyle Homes, Elements Restaurant, the Copper Mill, and Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram. We'll take another 60-second timeout. We'll come back. Andy and I will talk about some adjustments for half number 2. Flyers lead at the break 14-9 over Mountain Crest here in the 4A state semifinals on your Region 9 radio network. Back live here on the Triple Cast, presented by Finley Volkswagen. Go see their all-star lineup on the saving side of the freeway on Sunland Drive. America's best warranty. Got the 2018s rolling in. Go see the guys at Finley Volkswagen. Andy, if you're Mountain Crest, what do you think Coach Lee was trying to do, and what adjustments will he make in half number 2?
Well, I think their focus has got to be on the offensive side of the ball. They haven't been able to throw it very well or run it. They have the talent. I think eventually something will start to work, but whether it's pass or run, they just got to move the football. And then for Dixie, I think their biggest issue right now is figuring out a second play. We know that they can throw it to Hara underneath, but is Muir going to step up? Is Nate Mahi going to be their go-to guy? Or are they going to allow Moore to run it more? But so far, it's really just been Barbara to Hara.
All right, kickoff is returnable and trying to go left out of the 20, 25. A flag flies. And finally driven out of bounds by the Flyers special teams unit. And we'll wait the flag.
Big hit there by Nate Mahi on the kickoff coverage.
Lepi Takavea was the guy on the return for the Mustangs. Full moon tonight. And a 5-point lead for the Flyers. And this one looks like they're backing it into Mountain Crest. The huddle's going all the way back near the goal line. This one appears to be on the Mustangs.
Looks like he's waving this one off. There's been quite a few flags tonight.
So no flag. Now they come back out to the 15 and huddle up, and now they'll break the huddle. Second half play-by-play brought to you by Southwest Diesel, the originators of high performance for your diesel engines. And by Roy's Pizza and Pasta, the official pizza partner of Region 9 Sports here in Southern Utah. They're going to run it, and they're not going to get much. Over there, Tyson Fisher hog-tying him and bringing him down.
Yeah, and this defense, Stuart Segmiller in on the tackle as well for the Flyers. They've been awesome against Bo Robinson, a very physical, talented running back, but Mustangs might need to get him more touches in the air. I'm sorry, that was Powell.
That was Powell with the carry. Yep. And you're right, it was Segmiller, and then Fisher came in and helped finish him off. Segmiller got there first. He'll get credit for that tackle. Usually on that right side,
that's
more
Fisher
times
territory.
than not, it's a pretty good guess that it was Fisher, but on the replay, it was Segmiller that got there first. 11-12 to go here in the third quarter, and Brady Hall going to throw the ball over the middle. Has a man, but it's incomplete. Looking for Bo Robinson, but just couldn't find the right angle in traffic in the middle of the secondary of the Flyers.
Yeah, he threw it right to the pocket where you're kind of leading Robinson to an opening in this zone. But, man, it kind of caught Robinson unawares there, it looked to me, on a pretty good delivered pass, third long.
Huddle, little substitution. Looked like Mosier came off for the Mustangs. They'll send out Trips to the near sideline. Ball spotted on the left hash, the far hash. Mustangs working left to right on your radio dial, and Hall's going to step up in the pocket. It's going to be hit out of his hand by Fisher. The ball's loose. It's picked up by Hall. He's going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. My, oh my, that had a little bit of everything in that play.
And that's the second time that's happened where Hall has been stripped and then by some miracle ends up catching it off the dribble, off the turf or something. We'll see it maybe on the replay here, but Dixie doing a great job getting into the pocket, swiping the ball away from Hall, but he does some kind of a magic trick to get it back and then throw an incompletion. Rolls out right. It's Fisher who strips it away, tries to grab it, and it stays up in the air, and Hall gets it back off the body of Fisher.
Yeah, it was like the ball was sandwiched between Fisher and Hall, and Hall just got his hands on it. Here's the pump by Wells. And driving, Kitchen back. It goes off his fingertips. I think he touched it. Can he get on it? And I believe he does. That was dangerous. What a good kick. Driving Matt Kitchen back.
Man, we've had some disastrous special teams plays on both sides. This time it's Matt Kitchen trying to catch it over his head. Somehow is able to get on it as a few Mustangs are falling on top of him. Turns around, tries to over-shoulder catch it, and then dives on it and corrals it in. Lucky for the Flyers.
So here is Jacob Barbin. No Hobbs Nyberg, injured back in late first quarter. We fear it's a broken wrist, or unofficially that's what I would call it. I'm not a doctor, but he had it heavily wrapped. Crowd cheered when he came back to join the team on the bench right before the half. Barbin going to work, throwing it, and it's incomplete. In traffic there on the slant route, trying to find Forbes and just couldn't bring it in cleanly.
And Nethercott almost gets his mitts on it for an interception off of the Forbes, off of the hands of Forbes here. Good job by Forbes recovering and knocking it away.
14-9, Flyers with the lead and possession after forcing that 3-and-out punt by the Mustangs to start the second half. Barbin's got Trips to the near side. Preston Moore, sidecar to his left, out of the gun. Going to throw that quick out to Hara, and he forgot the football. Turned to run upfield. That's a rare drop for Peyton Hara.
And Mosier there on the coverage. Would have been a limited gain. Had two guys waiting for Hara after on the little hitch route that has worked. Ball took a while to get there, but dropped nonetheless.
10:38 to go here in quarter number 3. Winner of this game will move on to play Stansbury at the U of U in the semifinals next Thursday night. Loser will end the season with a tough loss. And flags fly as the snap came to Barbin, and he stops in his tracks and looks at the officials. And here's the explanation, and the false start is the call. Been a few penalties in this game here or there. I wouldn't call it a flag fest, but hasn't been the cleanest played game in that department. So third down, and looks like 15 now for the Flyers inside their own 20-yard line at about the 18. Moore in the backfield, twins to either side. 4-2-5 defense here. Barber's going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Forbes had it in his hands, and then the hit came, and the ball popped out. And it would have been right at the sticks, probably enough for a first down if he would have made the catch.
I think that was Nethercott on the coverage and a big hit on Forbes just as the ball arrived here. Pretty good spot by Barbin, puts it on the numbers. But just good coverage. I think that was Josh Kazier actually
on the
On the
reception.
attempted reception.
You're right. Well, without Hobbs and Nyberg, they're gonna have to go to Muir.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to go to Kazir. They're gonna have to go to Forbes. They're gonna have to try to find somebody. Just can't throw it to Payton Hara every play. Punt, caught at about the 46, 47, and taken down immediately. No return. But still excellent field position after each team's touched the ball. Mount Crest going to set up shop in good shape on the second drive of the second half, trailing by 5.
And kind of unexpected between two of the best passing offenses in all of 4A. We're headed kind of for a defensive struggle here. It looks like to me Mount Crest unable to throw it or pass it. Dixie struggling to do the same. It's just kind of becoming a field position battle with 10:21 left in the third quarter.
Tell you what, that was a heck of a tackle by Pulsifer on special teams. And there's a ball that pops out on a strip. I think Fisher might have stripped it again, but Mountain Crest jumped back on top of it. The ball is just not secure in this game. We've seen a bunch of turnovers already.
Fisher may be close to the state record for forced fumbles as he comes around here on Robinson.
Wow.
Gets
That's a
to the
run
ball.
away from him. He's playing the left side defensive end, and they're running, to the 3 or the 5 hole on the right side, and Fisher's that quick. Somebody's got to put a block on Tyson Fisher. Here's Hall, goes empty. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far sideline. Flyers just that 3-4 front. Fisher going to make a tackle in the backfield, and Williams is going to come in and converge from the other side, and they're going to lose yardage. Maybe a yard loss on that run, another TFL for the Dixie defense.
No chance for Hall. They like running that power with them, but with these two ends just collapsing and getting into the backfield, just no shot. Caden Williams and Tyson Fisher again just sandwich Hall for a loss.
Yeah, and they're trying to strip that ball out immediately once they knew they had him stood up. Hall's got to be going, somebody block these defensive ends so I can make a play and have some room to run, because if he can get in open space, good things happen. He is very elusive and quick. Now 3rd down and 13. Hall stepping up in the pocket, and he's tackled from the backside by who else? Number 18, Tyson Fisher. This kid's a playmaker, committed to Dixie State to play baseball because they said he could pitch and play first base or third base. And I know that the football team would love to have him double up and play 2 sports here in town.
Absolute monster game for Fisher. They only rushed 3, but they're able to still apply pressure as Fisher gets him as Hall tries to run up into the pocket, grabs him by his legs again.
Flyers leading 14-9. They're going to get the ball back. Kick away from Eli Wells, and it's low and non-returnable, and it's going to kick, and it's going to roll, and it's going to keep rolling, matriculate all the way down inside the 10, finally stops at about the 7-yard line. That is a huge kick, and the field position in this second half is all Mountain Crest.
Now the question is, with Dixie, is their approach going to change? They gave other guys chances, Kazier and Forbes on that last series, and the coverage was there. Barbett throwing it pretty well, just not a lot of openings on offense for the Flyers.
Hey, Flyer fans, if we get 25 points tonight on the scoreboard, everybody can go to Holbrook Asphalt, get your big score dessert for free after the game at Yogurtland. Right now, 14 points on the board. There's a completion. Mahi can be driven out of bounds after a pickup of about 8 on first down. Be 2nd and 2.
And Mahi's a player. I mean, special teams, offense, he played quarterback for him last year. He can do it all, and he really needs to be the guy, I think, to step up as the second option, because Hara is getting pressed on the edge. They're shifting a safety all the way over to his side. Mahi's got to step up.
Mahi in motion. High snap. Oh, blow it dead. They blow it dead. I thought maybe that was dropped by Barman, but he was stopping, not really trying, because the play never happened.
And Dixie is struck. I don't know what number that is for them. Another procedure penalty deep in their own territory.
Too many to make Coach Stokes very happy. Andy Stokes has done an incredible job. Him and Wayne Alafapo really work well together. Coach Stokes was drafted by the New England Patriots as Mr. Irrelevant years ago. Not that many, though. And there's a toss out of bounds. Barman's just throwing that away to live to fight another down. Nobody there. And over the top of all the Dixie players on the sideline, it's making sure nobody could catch that one. And Barber doesn't look right now. Did he? I think that. Remember that personal foul back in the second quarter?
Yeah.
He was slow to get up.
You kind of see his off arm as he's throwing it, just kind of dangling there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's his right shoulder or something like that, but it doesn't. I agree with you. It doesn't look right in his delivery.
Mahi going to go in motion again. 3rd down and 6. Flags fly, and again another penalty, and it's a legal procedure against the Flyers. And it's not like Mountain Crest is shifting guys and rolling the D linemen and Flint. I mean, they're just going early. This is just mental mistakes right now by Dixie. And Mountain Crest got the Flyers really backed up. Now it's going to be 3rd and 11. Ball back at the Flyers' own 5-yard line. They do lead 14-9. Under 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Appreciate Soltis Financial Advisors, one of our great sponsors of Region 9 football. Flyers need a play here. Barber's going to throw in the end zone. Lets it fly over the middle. Mahi lays out incomplete over his hands by inches. And the Flyers are going to have to punt the football.
And they've had a couple of those tonight as we see Barber walk off, definitely favoring that right arm as it just kind of dangles there. But you can see on that delivery, even though it was another accurate one down the middle of the field and deep, he's struggling back there.
Yeah, Reggie Graff is the backup quarterback, and they really like him. And after last year, they really made sure that they developed their quarterbacks behind Barben because they didn't have anybody to turn to last year when he did get injured. Fisher, back of the end zone, kick is away. Short one. Fair catch called and sliding on his tail and falling down at the 40.
Great job.
Robinson.
Great job by Robinson. Really aggressive on that return. Could have bounced several yards back.
Well, once
Made
you
a
see
quick
a
fair
teammate
catch,
muff one, you don't want to do the same thing. That
right.
kind of sticks in your head as a return guy. The wind has died down here, but again, this field position now for the 3rd drive of the second half for Mountain Crest just keeps getting better and better and better. They're going to start this drive at the Flyer 40-yard line, trailing by 5. Here is Brady Hall going to run the quarterback. Draw right up the middle, bounce off a would-be tackle. He's going to drag some Flyers. Segmuller from the backside finally brings him down. It's a pickup of 10, and that's a Fabulous Freddy's first down.
I thought that was going to be another 1 to 2 yard gain. Somehow gets the momentum, gets the blockers behind him, pushing him forward for a first down.
Of course, we'll be looking for our Jimmy John Super Sub of the game, and without Hobbs Nyberg, you'd love to see that award go to one of the receivers for the Flyers to make a good play, or if you're Mountain Crest fans, somebody from their team that's coming off the bench. Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery. Order on the line, and there's a run right up the middle, and he got about 3, maybe 4, and then that pile looked like just kind of stopped moving for Mountain Crest, but still a nice gain.
Mustangs going power football. They go overload right, have a tight end and an up back there on the wing, and trying to run over the Flyers, and 2 good plays in a row.
They'll break the huddle. Now 6:52 to go, quarter number 3. Dixie up 14-9. What little wind is in the face of Mountain Crest. They're going to run a lead play, and it's chopped down. Never had a chance. Great tackle by Buddy Stevenson.
Yeah, that left side, that time they pull around a guard and a tackle to try to kick out the defensive end, but no shot. Great fill there by Stevenson.
Buddy's been an integral part of this defense for a couple years. Part of that state championship team. I think he was a freshman in 2015. 3rd down for Mountain Crest. 8 yards to move the chains. Might be 4 down territory. They're kind of in no man's. And Hall dropped the snap. He picks it up, flushed out of the pocket, throws on the run, and it is caught at the 10-yard line. The magic of Hall. I think by dropping it, it kind of opened up a lane. He runs up through it and fires a completion.
It's almost like he just dribbles it between his legs back there and then throws a strike to Dart. Pressure's coming around the edge by Fisher. Picks up a big block there by Powell to allow the play to continue, and whips a strike to Dart for a first down.
Jace Dart, we've been calling his name all night on defense. I think that's the first completion Dart's had. 5:45 to go, they'll run it. There's Robinson, a little crease down inside the 5-yard line goes Bo Robinson, and it's 2nd down and goal.
And in this game, they've kind of been eager to go to the pass. I know they're a great passing team, but They've got physicality up front and good runners. We'll see if they just power it through here in the goal line.
There's the power run there by the quarterback. I think he kept it, and he didn't get in. Third down, about the 2-yard line. 5:05 to go, third quarter. 14-9, Dixie leading, but Mountain Crest in deep in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Momentum swinging plays coming here. There's the run, and they blow the play dead. They blow the play dead. He gave it to Robinson. And the Flyers are taking a timeout. A Hank's Riverwalk Grill timeout. And we'll take it. Just a 30-second break. And Coach Stokes wants to talk things over. We'll be right back.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
Back live at Dixie High School, Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, and glad you're with us on CEC TV, ESPN 97.7, or our website, sportsradio977.com. Also, welcome you in on KVNU 610 AM. I know you're on the FM up there as well as across a lot of stream platforms. And Mountain Crest threatening here. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Brady Hall tapping his head, puts a man in motion. Flyers out of timeout, looking for a stop. Mountain Crest looking to bust one in. Robinson busts one in. Touchdown, Bo Robinson from 2 yards out. The Mustangs recapture the lead.
And just kind of a bully drive there for the Mustangs. Just proving, maybe we can run it against these guys a little bit. And waiting for one of these teams to figure out how to pursue offense in the second half. And Mustangs just run it down Dixie's throat, get a touchdown.
So Bo Robinson's got his second touchdown. He's both of them tonight. The other points came on a field goal. If you're wondering why it's 15, they did miss a PAT. So they're going to go for 2 to try to recapture that PAT miss earlier on in the first quarter. On the first touchdown of the game, they couldn't convert. So 2-point try coming here. 4:43 to go. Hall's going to throw. Now he's going to scramble. Now he's going to tuck and run, and he's going to get into the end zone if he stretches for the line, and they give it to him, and they say he's short. The near side official just said he's short. Somebody, it looked like he was walking in there, and then a big hit came right at the goal line.
Yeah, he was waltzing in to the end zone. He's saying he stretched out and crossed the plane, and Dixie with great pursuit putting the helmet right on him at the plane, and they're saying he comes up short. We'll see it here on the replay. Cade Williams driving hard off that left edge. He's going to pull it down and then kind of go right behind the blocker. He's in the end zone.
Yeah, the fumble.
The ball comes out, but he clearly crossed the plane.
I thought for that sideline camera that maybe he did break the plane. I was kind of ready to call it was good, and then I looked down at the official, and he signaled no good.
I think your call was right. We'll see it again here. Great shot.
Right when he was running there, before the hit by, I think that's Segmiller.
He's crossed it about a yard into the end zone, and then it gets knocked out.
We'll see if that 1 point comes into play. Should have probably counted the 2-point try. Don't know if the official was blocked by some players there. You saw Wilgar kind of coming down the line. But that near side official said no good. We've talked through the commercial break. It's 15-14, but do want to thank our friends at Les Olson, as well as remind you that Holbrook Asphalt has agreed to buy everybody a free dessert tonight here in St. George at Yogurtland. If we get 25 points or more in this game, we need a few more. 10 points away from the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert, the leaders in HA5 and asphalt preservation. Thank you, Holbrook Asphalt, for your continued support of Region 9 football. Short kick taken by the up back. That's Kitchen at the 20, and he's going to take it out to the 40, Nice return. He started it up the middle, then boom, went to the outside and got down the sideline for a good return. Best field position in the second half for Dixie High.
And he's been awesome in the return game, obviously defensively with all the interceptions, but heck of a returner, one of the best in Region 9 this year, and they need sparks like that to continue down 1 here in the third quarter.
Flyers, Peyton Hara now the go-to guy. He's got 7-8 catches on out routes. He's also got a touchdown on a fade route. He's been the weapon, but can some other Flyer receivers with the absence of Hobbs Nyberg step up and make plays? This is a good secondary for Mountain Crest. Mahi fly sweeps, got it. Weaves in, kind of bows back out, trying to get the edge. Never really could turn and run north and south, but he did mosey for about a 5-yard gain.
Robinson makes the stop on that edge, and I like that call. Get the ball into Mahi's hands. He's got to be your guy with Hara for the rest of this game.
4:14 and ticking left third quarter. Watching Barbin shoulder, he's still in the game. There's a handoff again. Same play to the other side. Same exact play, jet sweep, and that one to Westfall.
Yeah, they're pulling out all the stops personnel-wise as we see Westfall get the jet sweep carry from right to left this time.
He's your lockdown corner, and now he's getting the football. Moore right behind Barbin. Twins now trips as Mahi goes in motion. They're going to run to Moore right up the middle. Haven't seen a lot of power running tonight. It's about Moore's third carry straight ahead, and he gets about 3 yards on the play. Down to the Mountain Crest, almost the 45, just shy of the 45. Again, appreciate our title sponsor, Findlay Volkswagen. Check out Findlay Volkswagen's all-star lineup. New and pre-owned Jettas, Passats, Beetles, the new Touareg, and, of course, the 7-passenger Atlas, as there's another run.
Yeah, 4 runs in a row, and you wonder how much of that is just the strategy versus you got a quarterback back there who doesn't look comfortable with his off shoulder. You know, you don't want to risk him taking another hit. Now you got 3rd and 6 coming up for the Flyers.
Exactly 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. 15-14, Mountain Crest is retaking the lead. Dixie trying to answer right back, but we've got a Hanks Riverwalk Grill timeout, this time taken by Mountain Crest. So both teams have burned a timeout here in the third quarter and have 2 remaining. We'll step aside. 1-point lead for the Mustangs here on Sports Radio 97.7 ESPN and all of our family networks covering the game tonight, as well as CEC TV, back in just 30 seconds.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know, I
was.
heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. It is 3rd down and 6 for the Dixie Flyers at the Mountain Crest 44-yard line. Twins to either side, Barbin in the gun. Barbin going to throw, looking to his left. Now taking a shot over the middle. Has a man behind the defense. Mahi, and he dropped it, or it was tipped away. Oh, he had separation, and hard to tell if it was deflected at the last second. It might have been.
Another heartbreaking deep ball, and I think, yeah, I don't know, Double D, if Dart was able to get a hand on this, but it looked like Mahi had a couple steps, was drifting to the near side, and, yeah, I don't know.
Hard to tell.
Hard to tell. Looks like Dart may have got a hand on it.
Maybe that shoulder, this nagging Barbin, maybe just underthrew it half a yard, but pretty darn good. And if Dart did just get a tip on it, excellent recovery, because he was beaten initially. 2:50 to go. Now it's 4th down. Flyers appear to go for it here, and they're going to run a play. 4th and 6. Barbin in the pocket, looking to throw. Nothing there. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's got some room to the 35. Slides, and he's hit from the backside, and flags fly. He's absolutely sandwiched. He gave himself up. It's going to be a late hit on Mountain Crest, and I think they might have even hit their own player there.
And it's Powell who's down for Mountain Crest. Huge collision. as Barban just kind of dropped last second to the ground, giving himself up. Obviously, they're trying to preserve him. Gutsy run there by the Dixie quarterback.
Andy Stokes, the head coach of the Dixie Flyers, was not happy about that hit on his quarterback. He's been hit a couple of times. Now Coach Stokes gets his hat back. He hasn't put it back on. Now he's going to take a knee with his team and show some respect in the huddle. Mountain Crest, they're going to go over to their sideline. We got an injury timeout. I can't tell who's down. Can you?
It's I think it's Josh Perry.
Is it Perry that's down?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry. Josh Powell, not Perry.
We'll check on the injury after this 30-second timeout and appreciate Roy's Pizza and Pasta, great sponsor of Region 9 football. Back in a flash.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out. Now you're talking? Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
That's good news.
Yeah, Joshua Powell, one of the most physical kids on this team. They're going to say illegal hit to the head on Barban. So there'll be a penalty tacked on, obviously, to that play. As I think every ref threw a flag. We'll see it on the replay here as Barban drifts, sees the first down marker, takes it, drops to his knees after he confirms that he's crossed the plane. Not as big of a hit as I thought.
It wasn't malicious, but it was from the back side and the front side. But not a targeting penalty. And they don't have the targeting. It's just a personal foul in high school anyway. 2:32 to go. Barban out of the gun. He's empty in the backfield, all alone. Going to throw. Looking, taking a shot over the middle of the post out to Fisher. Fisher goes up and reels it in. Did his feet get inbounds? No, they said he was juggling the ball, and he stepped out of bounds, and it's incomplete.
Wow, great catch nonetheless by Tyson Fisher over the shoulder. The issue was it was at the back of the end zone. He had to get a foot in, and he had to secure the ball. Defense was there. Pretty good loft up to the tall Fisher. Ball's caught.
That left foot, when he recollected it, was still.
Yeah.
Maybe redemption for the touchdown by Peyton Hara that was on the chalk that they counted anyway.
Balances out.
I thought that was pretty close to being a score. The official was a lot closer than us, and incomplete the call. And with 2:20 to go, it's now second down and 10 from the 17 of Mountain Crest into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, and it's going to be Westfall. Westfall on a fly sweep. And a little extracurricular again. It's getting chippy down there, it looks like. And Westfall is going to pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, home fans wanted a late hit call. I thought it was fine as he goes inside. Dixie goes out and then takes a little bit of a hit on the sideline.
A little bit of extra push, but I didn't think it warranted a flag. Westfall looks like he might be the guy that they're going to use the most with the injury to Hobbs Nyberg, and we sure send our best wish to Hobby. He's such a great kid. We got to know him over the years, covering a lot of baseball, wrestling, football, three-sport star here. Father played BYU. Brother pitched for Mike Littlewood at BYU. Tremendous athlete. And Barban's going to throw it on the run, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked to be caught and then pop out. They say incomplete. Everybody was scrambling to try to get on it. And Barban had to let go of that because the DN on that sideline, once he rolled right, was right in his face as he let it go.
Yeah, and the issue, once again, rolling right, is he's going to take a hit after the throw. He protects himself, lowers his shoulder pads, and kind of embraces the contact.
Boy, the Intermountain Sports Medicine team, Mike Tolman, going to be busy tonight. Barban's dinged up, but fighting through it. Nyberg already injured. So that was third down. So it's fourth down. They're going to try a field goal. It's going to be about a 30-yarder. For Miles Keenan. Snap and the hold and the kick are all away, and the Dixie Flyers have retaken the lead. Seesaw battle. And why is the clock running? Now it stops. 17-15, it's good. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Mountain Crest set to receive, trailing by 2 to Dixie on the one-loss scoreboard.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. My name is Harvey Lauer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
So flags will fly. An excellent field position coming for Mountain Crest, which has kind of been a theme tonight.
Yeah, pretty good response there by the Flyers. Got a good return from Kitchen. Throw it a little bit, run it. And good to see some of the options stepping up. Nate Mahi on the fly sweep, as well as Sam Westfall help the Flyers get the ball down the field. Near miss to Tyson Fisher in the end zone, but they do come away with 3 and a 2-point lead with 1:56 left in third quarter.
I'd like to thank Dats Trucking, your quality service carrier. We'll be delivering you the Dats Trucking Player of the Game in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game report. And the winner of the Dats Trucking Player of the Game will get a free MVP haircut to Sports Clips, another great partner of ours. And there's a run on a keeper by Hall, and Hall falling in his blocking, and he got about 2.
And the passing game for the Mustangs has been pretty much non-existent. This is a team that throws for about 230 a game. Not sure where they are stats-wise now, but even the few that they've gained have been in front of the Flyers for the most part.
So here is an opportunity for the seesaw battle to continue. That kick out of bounds, 2-yard gain. Now it's second down and a short 8. 3-man front for the Flyers. Although you got Segmiller playing really wide as an outside backer, so is Wilgar. Now they're going to throw, and it is almost intercepted. Wow. Miller stepped in front of it, had a look at it, got his hands on it, but Tyson Miller, the junior DB, couldn't bring it in.
Beautiful play call. They're, showing as Hall catches the ball, kind of fakes like he's going to run power again, then pulls it back. But Miller was not fooled, almost comes up and makes the pick. Ball hits him in the arms, but great closing job there by Tyson Miller.
Flyers, if you're just joining us, have picked off Hall twice tonight. 1:03 to go third. 17-15 Dixie with the lead, but Mountain Crest trying to put a drive together. Hall throwing over the middle, and it's complete. And going to be pushing ahead for more yardage, and that's Northcutt, and he's going to get it almost to the Dixie 45, just shy of that, and that'll be a fabulous Reddy's first down.
Really nice delivery here by Hall. Takes his time as Nethercutt comes across the middle for one of his few catches this game. He's right around the 1,000 mark for the season. Really athletic kid. Takes on 3 or 4 Flyers there after the catch.
Under 45 seconds to go as Hall's going to run a quarterback draw up the middle. He's got some room inside the 40 down to about the 35-yard line. And Kitchen comes up safety position, try to strip it, but couldn't make the strip. He goes down.
Another really nice designed play as opposed to going power straight ahead. They do a little delayed draw, allow the lineman to get up second level and engage with some linebackers. Hall gets a first down.
Segmiller there to tackle him first. Pretty good to hold him up, and then help came. Segmiller's been very active tonight. Fisher and Williams they've kind of taken them out of play a little bit with that quarterback draw too, because it happens so quick. I like the play calling from the Mountain Crest coaching staff. Now they're going to throw, pump fake, looking to take a shot. Nothing there. Russell Wilson spin out of the pocket, still has time, steps up, hoist, deep one into the end zone, out of bounds. Out of bounds as the clock hits zeros to end the third quarter. And it'll be second down and 10 from the Flyers 35 for Mountain Crest when the fourth quarter starts. 17-15. Dixie by 2 on the one-loss scoreboard. Back after this 30-second timeout here on your Region 9 Radio Network.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
And welcome back, however you're accessing us tonight. It's a Friday night, under the lights, beautiful night. It was good temperature. I was playing in the charity golf tournament, and it was just perfect. And cooling off a little bit tonight, probably, about 60 degrees right now.
Yeah.
And the wind has absolutely died. The American flag standing still. 12 minutes to play. Really haven't settled much. Just a 2-point game. Flyers lead 17-15. And appreciate our great sponsors like Camping World, Legend Solar. They're going to bring you our Region 9 wrap-up show for our local radio audience. After our post-game show is done, we'll recap all of the scores from Region 9 and across the state. Take your phone calls, hand out some awards. Brady Hall going back to work, second down. He's got all-time three-man rush. Fisher was just shadowing him, making sure he didn't scramble. And now he's going to scramble the other side, gets outside, and picks up a first down. Clock will continue to tick.
Great job by Hall. Very aware of Fisher, keeping an eye on him, somehow dodges out of the sack and has one of his best runs out of the pocket. Tonight we're seeing here on the replay in the pocket. It's going to collapse as that's Williams on that side. Dives at his legs. He leaps out of it and continues on for a first down.
Down at about the 22, almost the 21-yard line. First and 10 for Mountain Crest. Showing a lot of guts on this drive, trying to retake the lead. Trips to the left. Going to tuck. He's going to run right up the middle. He's going to jump and hurdle a player, which is a flag in high school, I believe. No flag came initially, and then a late flag did come. I've seen that called both ways this year.
Me too, yeah. Sometimes they throw it a flag, and sometimes they don't.
It's a safety issue.
Yeah.
They don't want guys leaving their feet going over the top like that because you can come down on your noggin. And now they're gonna talk about it.
Tried to leap over Segmiller, who was basically standing upright. Grabbed him by the legs and slammed him down.
Yeah. Personal foul on the leap there by Brady Hall. You love the athleticism, but backing the Mustangs up on that play. He makes such a quick decision to tuck and run and then tried to leap up over the top. Was that Segmiller?
Yeah, I think it was. And you got to just try to fight your instincts on that, knowing it's probably going to be a penalty. Huge loss on an unnecessary mistake there by Mountain Crest. Takes them about to the 32-yard line as they were threatening about the 21-yard line on first down. Now it's going to be first and 21.
Appreciate our friends at Galleon Welker Beckstrom. That was a big hit right there. And if you've, taken a hit and need some help with your estate planning, get with the experts at Galleon Welker Beckstrom, 435-628-1682. Have attorney standing by for whatever legal need you might have. One of the largest law firms in all of Southern Utah, if not the very largest. And now it's reset time for Mountain Crest. Still replay first down. So first and we'll call it 20 for the Mustangs. And now a flag flies and a false start against Mountain Crest. They're going backwards all of a sudden. They were right at the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, and now they are back outside the 35. They're at the 37. 20 yards in penalties there. 21 yards in penalties approximately.
Seen the screen work for them maybe just once this game, but something they've been effective at, especially with Bo Robinson in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised if they go to that with this country mile to go on first down.
10:52 to go in the game. Dixie leading 17-15 up there on the scoreboard. Appreciate Riverside Business Insurance, And one lock, keeping track of our score and time. And he's going to fake the draw, and he's going to step back in the pocket, and he's going to escape out to the right, and then he's going to let it fly, and he's hit as it flies, and it's well short of any intended receiver.
He's done a good job at escaping getting sacked, but
didn't have enough oomph on that one.
Yeah, didn't, and I think it's as he's kind of going out of the pocket, he's going to get kind of pushed back here, I think, by Segmiller as he throws it. But
smart hit by Segmiller too. Use the shoulder and the arms, not going up high, not going late there, just making sure. It was a clean hit to make sure he couldn't get that off cleanly. And that's why that ball kind of came out squirrely and had no oomph on it, is because he did take that hit from Segmiller as he was going up in throwing motion. And things have really slowed down. We got another penalty flag. This one thrown from the far side judge on the Mountain Crest sideline. And we've got intentional grounding. I don't know. Did the hit come before or after the throwing motion? He was on the sideline, out of the pocket there, but they called grounding.
Yeah, very surprised.
And now we've got a flag, and this one looks like it might be on Mountain Crest coaching staff. They're not happy. Uh-oh. Things are really unraveling here for the Mustangs. They're going backwards. They were at the 20-yard line, folks. They'll be back near midfield. And then maybe another one that would take them back inside of Dixie, or their own territory. They're at they just marked off the grounding penalty to the 48 of Dixie. And now Mount Crest ready to play football. They break the huddle, but they ain't going anywhere. There's still a huge conference going. Now, is it going to be a warning on the sideline, or is it going to be actually enforced? We don't know yet.
I'm very surprised at the grounding call, because he was being contacted, and I thought he was out of the pocket. I don't think it made the original line of scrimmage, but
it is a sideline infraction. And now it's going to be spotted at the Mountain Crest 48-yard line.
I don't know if I understand that call.
It is 3rd and almost 40.
Man, how is that grounding, as we're seeing on the replay? I don't understand that.
3rd and 40. Actually, 42. Roger Christensen, the PA announcer, said, and here comes Fisher on a screen. They get it off in time, and he got a little room up the middle. And here goes Mountain Crest down near the 25, tripped up, and then down to near the 21. It depends on the spot if it's a first down or not. Wow, that play. You just called it a minute ago.
Jace Dart will get it here on the screen. Works to perfection as Fisher is just let go to go at the quarterback. And then catches it on the left side, cuts through, weaves through a bunch of flyers, has one guy to beat. Great job by Tyson Miller making the tackle, but back to just a yard over the original line of scrimmage.
So is it 4th and 9 or is it 3rd and 9? I thought that last play was 3rd down. The far marker only says 3rd down. The scoreboard says 4th down. There were so many flags there. Somebody miscounted, either the sticks chain gang or the scoreboard operator, and I'm guessing it's 4th down, but I don't know. They still haven't moved.
The refs are showing 3rd down. They're not showing the closed fist. They're showing 3 fingers.
Okay, so 3rd down. Now the official's going to blow it dead.
Everybody on the Dixie side thinks it's 4th down, but.
And now Dixie's going to take a timeout. And we'll step aside. Just a 30-second timeout brought to you by Hank's Riverwalk Grill, located at the beautiful Sun River Golf Course. Make sure you mention the timeout special. 2-for-1 ribs at Hank's Riverwalk Grill. Back in a flash. 17-15. Flyers lead by 2, but Mountain Crest has it at the 20 of Dixie.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Yeah, Hearst Ace Hardware all season long, bringing you high school football and updates from earlier in the 4A state playoffs. Pineview bows out 35-21. They lose to Skyview, and Desert Hills goes down 37-17 at the hands of Orem. So Dixie, the only team alive, the Region 9 champs, the only team left in the postseason.
Yeah.
Cedar lost in the first round last week to Stansbury. Stansbury also wins today over Ridgeline handily. I think it was 38-7. And so the winner of this game would play Stansbury next Thursday night at the University of Utah Rice-Eccles Stadium at 6 p.m. They're saying 3rd down and 9. We thought that the loss of down on the grounding made it 4th, but they are saying only 3rd down, so 3rd and 9 for Mountain Crest. Here's Brady Hall rolling, throwing back across his body, and it's dropped! It is dropped! He was wide open, Bo Robinson. He had it, and he would have scored, and he couldn't collect the catch.
Wow, they've gotten creative on offense. Another beautifully drawn-up play here as he's looking left. He's got 2 or 3 receivers over that way, and Bo Robinson cuts over to the right side of the field. Ball delivered beautifully over the head of the ref, right in the breadbasket, but Bo cannot hold on to it.
So can Mountain Crest connect and take the lead? They're going to try what would be about a 37-yard field goal. It's got plenty of leg, and it is up. It is no good. He missed the field goal, and Dixie still leads 17-15 with 9:45 left to go in the 4th quarter.
And this Dixie Flyer defense in the second half has been resilient. They've given up a bunch of yards, but have been able to buckle down when it counts most, and of course a long field goal that goes wide left.
Thanks to some of our great sponsors. Keep it right here for just a second. Thank Intermountain Sports Medicine. They provide all the athletic trainers throughout Region 9. Mike Tolman keeping our athletes safe for the Dixie Flyers tonight. And if you're just tuning in, one of the biggest injuries that could ever happen for any team in Region 9 is losing a star, and Dixie appears to have lost their star, Hobbs Nyberg, to what looks like a broken left wrist or arm.
And the field goal clearly wide right, not wide left. Got a tough angle up here.
Now the officials are talking about something, and it's going to be an unsportsmanlike, and it's going to go against Mountain Crest. And so instead of having the ball inside their own 20, they're going to march it off. You know, this is intense. This is playoff football, and we've seen a lot of mistakes on both sides with some penalty flags, a lot of false starts, a lot of late hits, a lot of
absolutely.
It's getting crunch time here. Game still in limbo, but the Flyers dodge a bullet there with the missed field goal. And here comes Jacob Barbin, who clearly doesn't look 100% in the second half. And that flag flies, and he gives it to Westfall in the jet sweep, and he's stacked up and taken down.
Tanner Lofthouse with the tackle.
Yeah, Lofthouse was unblocked and just stepped up right into the running lane of that fly sweep, and now they got an illegal motion against the Flyers. They're going to decline that, and they're going to take that tackle for a loss because I think he lost 5 yards, maybe 6 anyway.
I see Lofthouse at the middle linebacker position, just blitzes in.
Cuts him off.
And heck of a play.
Not the way the Flyers wanted to start that drive. It'll be 2nd down and 16. Barbin out of the gun. He's got Moore sidecar to his left. Twins to either side. Who wants it more? Might end up who's got the ball last. Barbin. Blitz comes. They pick it up. He's taking a shot. It's going to Westfall, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Dart.
Chase Dart.
Dart's going to run it back to the 40, 35, 30, down the sideline, and into Flyer territory goes Dart down inside the 25 before he's brought down.
He has done everything for the Mustangs tonight. This time, ball thrown up on 2nd and 16 deep, intended, I think that was Sam Westfall, who kind of hesitated a little bit, then went for it. But the ball was underthrown, and
I think Barbin is not getting his normal oomph on the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's just not coming out like it normally does from a guy that's thrown for over 2,800 yards now this season and 35 touchdowns. And maybe he was just trying to put a little too much touch on that, and maybe I'm reading too much into that hit he took earlier. Regardless, Dart has had a heck of a game.
I agree. He's definitely been affected, but Dart's been all over the field.
So Mountain Crest,
good return too,
just had to be feeling like they missed a golden opportunity. Trying to take advantage of the turnover now. They'll run, quarterback keeper. He's going to bounce outside. He's going to have about a 3-yard gain, maybe turn up field and have a couple more. Depends on the spot. He's inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. And that's a gain of about 6.
And he's been tough this second half. They were able to contain him a little bit in the first half, but he's running strong, lowering his shoulder and powering for extra yards.
If you just joined us, Mountain Crest took an early 9-0 lead. Then Dixie answered 14 straight, led 14-9 at half. Since then, we've seen a touchdown for Mountain Crest and just a field goal for the Flyers. And there's a quarterback draw again right up the middle, trying to stay away from those talented defensive ends the Flyers have. Tyson Miller still kind of helped out, collapsed, and made that tackle.
And they're, the times they've had it in the red zone, they've been keeping it simple, and they run for a first down. I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw 3 more runs, whether it's Robinson or just Hall straight away with the quarterback keepers.
8:32, clock ticking. Substitutions now coming in. Dart goes out. 1st and 10. They can get a first down at about the 3. From the 13 right now. Twins to either side. Brady Hall, the Mountain Crest quarterback, going to give it. And it's stacked up. No gain.
Seg Miller in there with Wilgar, who was playing up near the line of scrimmage there for the safety position.
Bo Robinson just didn't have a crease to run through. Tried to cut inside Seg Miller, but there was a wall. Seg Miller's been a key. Jake Staley, these linebackers, you didn't know a lot about them. They're kind of guys that are coming up through the system. The offensive line's all brand new this year, too. They graduated all 5 starters from last year for this Dixie team. 2nd down and 10 from the 13. Mustangs trailing by 2 points, thrown to the end zone, incomplete. Looked like it was just thrown outside the pylon, really uncatchable.
Yeah, rolls out to the short side of the field. Ran out of space.
Yeah, we'll be looking for our Dash Trucking Player of the Game. We'll name one for each team tonight. Almost a one-handed catch from one of the camera guys. Also name a Jimmy John Super Sub, as well as our Playmaker Play of the Game. I don't know if we've seen the play of the game so far, with the game still on the line. Crowd on their feet. Flyer fans want their defense to try to get another stop. 7.5 to go, and Mountain Crest doesn't like what they see. They're going to burn another timeout, but this could come into play. Both teams are burning some early timeouts. And we'll keep it right here. Any timeouts, you see it so often. If you don't have 3 timeouts in your pocket, it's tough to get the ball back when you're down and you get a defensive stand.
Yeah, in a game like this, 3rd quarter timeout by Dixie, and now a red zone timeout. I mean, you understand you're in the red zone, it's 3rd down, it's justifiable. But I agree with you, a 2-point game, it's going to come down to the final minute. I'm sure you want to make sure to have time to recollect.
Both teams have now used 2 each here in the second half and have 1 remaining. Mountain Crest and Dixie, this has been the best game of the 4A quarterfinals, because earlier today, Pineview did make things interesting. They trailed 21-14 late 3rd quarter, but ended up losing 35-21. 37-17, Desert Hills goes down to the hands of Orem. And Stansbury all over Ridgeline. I think it was 38-7 the final score in that game. Here, 17-15, Dixie leads by 2 over Mountain Crest. And wondering at this point in time if we're going to find our way to that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert or not. I'd like to send somebody over there for some playoff dessert at Yogurtland if we can get 25 points on the scoreboard. Man in motion, out of the timeout, 3rd and 10. They're going to run it with Hall right up the middle, and he's going to be hit. A bounce off of it, still fighting, and he's going to be fighting some more. He still hasn't went down.
Wow.
And finally goes down. Heck of an effort by Hall. They just couldn't take him to the turf, and I think he got 7 or 8 yards there. Depends on the spot. It's going to be short, but it's going to be 4th and short now.
Now, with that call, I'm surprised. I would be surprised if now they settle for 3, running a quarterback draw on 3rd and long. But they do have, they've got Wells, who's a very suitable kicker. I'm surprised with that call on 3rd and 10. Hall gave it a run for its money, but it looks like they're going to spot up and kick the field goal.
So here is Eli Wells. He is 1 for 2 in this game. It's a toe kicker. He lines up straight, times it, puts a foot into it, and he got it. Mountain Crest is back on top, 18-17. We've had a bunch of lead changes in this one. It's the 4th lead change of the game, and with 6:39 to go, the Flyers trail the Mustangs by a point. You didn't like that decision.
Well, I was just surprised that on 3rd and 10 you're going to run a draw. You just missed a field goal. But, you know, he's pretty solid. I mean, he made that one easily. You're down 2. You got to kick the field goal for sure. I was just surprised at the 3rd down.
And, yeah, normally when you do run it on 3rd down, and it is a signal that you're in 2-down territory. But they did make it more of a chip shot, and he connected, so they do have the lead. Again, 18-17 up there on the One Law scoreboard. Your dedicated personal injury attorneys at One Law standing by. Check out their mobile app. You talk with an attorney anytime by downloading the One Law mobile app. We'll call 634-1LAW here in Southern Utah or onelaw.com. Man, I'm feeling some Roy's Pizza Pasta after this barn burner, our official pizza partner. They're just down the road here from Dixie High School, Roy's Pizza and Pasta. Original locations up in Ephraim, Utah. Anytime's a good time for Roy's. So here's the kickoff by Wells, just connected on the field goal. It's a 1-point lead, and this is returnable by Kitchen. Kitchen zigging, zagging out across the 20, but not much more. Might have got the 22. And here comes the offense for the Dixie Flyers. You can see that right arm of Barbin is just kind of hanging, Andy.
Yeah.
It's not the throwing shoulder.
And it's kind of affected, I think, the play calling a little bit because he got hit on that last series when he was rolling out after he threw it. But any hit, I mean, he could be out for the rest of the game just because he looks so vulnerable back there with that shoulder. But it's been a while since he's connected with Hera. They need a big play, obviously, at this point in the game.
Hobbs Nyberg has now got his jersey off. He's still got his football pads and cleats on. He's got his arm in a sling. And Barbin going to throw. Caught. And that's right at the sticks on the far sideline by Nate Mahi. And I think it's enough for a Fabulous Freddy's. No, I don't think so. I think they say stepped out half a yard short. It's going to be just that much short.
Kind of the Hera play, but over to the left side to Mahi, who got a huge cushion there by Mosier.
When he threw him down, he was out of bounds, so I do agree with the spot. But when I saw him end up, I thought it was going to be enough. But it is short. It'll be 2nd down and half a yard to go. Clock ticking on the snap, and there's 6:15 to go in the 4th quarter. And there's a high throw, but Hera climbs the ladder.
Wow.
And now they say incomplete. He didn't bring it all the way to the ground. I think the DB there, was that Nethercutt that poked it away last second?
Yeah, it was a great effort getting it up high. I didn't see how the ball was knocked away or when it happened. I thought he made the snag up top. He high points on a high throw, gets contact, and then going down to the ground. Oh, it hits off Nethercutt's helmet, pops out. Good call.
Yeah, clearly secured it up high. And the official was it happened kind of right there in front of him where he could see it come out. So out of the gun, Barbin now 3rd and less than a yard. And there's going to be a whistle and a flag.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another procedure, and that's happened. I don't know how many times on those fly sweep.
They brought in
motions.
Reggie Graff at quarterback. Barbin was not on the field on that play. And Reg been having a great season. He's only a sophomore, 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore. His brothers all played at Dixie High School. Gavin and Tyson, good football family. Sister's on the Jetettes State Championship team. He comes in for one play and they get a procedure call, and now Barbin back in. And the slant route to Hera, and it's incomplete. Guess who? Mr. Nick Nethercutt breaks up the pass.
Awesome. I mean, I like that play. It's right close to the 1st down. On 3rd down, you need the conversion. You got 6 minutes left here, 4th down. I mean, the offense is standing out there, but just Nethercutt makes one of the best defensive plays of the game.
So the Flyers are going to have to punt the football. You know, they brought Reggie Graff in. Clearly they wanted to run him instead of have Barbin take another hit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being who moved? Was it the center? Was it the Cadence? I didn't see it.
That's something that they've struggled with even when Barbin's in there with a couple false starts tonight, and just a horrible time for that to happen.
So Fisher, rugby-style kick high and angled away. And nobody even back deep, and it's going to take a huge flyer bounce. It's going to work out okay. It's going to go inside the 25-yard line. That is a booming kick.
It looked like the Mustangs were sending the house with no returner back, and that ball bounced.
About a 49, 50-yard kick.
Yeah,
right on
huge
almost
bounce,
50
too.
for Tyson Fisher. Now with one timeout for each team, 5:49 on the Riverside Business Insurance clock. It's crunch time. You know, Mountain Crest, because it's only a 1-point lead, obviously, even if they score a touchdown, there's still hope for Dixie. But Dixie's defense is going to need to step up again. They've only given up 7 points in this half until that field goal, and now they trail. And there's a run up the middle, and they're going to get a couple yards. Actually, they only get up 9 points this half because they went for 2 and didn't get it. There's my Royal City math coming in. Been pretty good lately, not that one. Brady Hall and the keeper trying to follow his lines. He pulled. Is that Merta again that pulled maybe?
Yeah, he's been awesome.
He's been pulling a lot.
He's been great, yeah.
Who's got a little left in the tank? Find a way to Rice-Eccles Stadium next week in the semifinals, joining Orem and Stansbury and Skyview, who have already won earlier tonight. There's the run. Brady Hall going to kind of leap as he's being tackled and gets it out to the 30-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
He's an acrobatic runner. I mean, I don't know how many times he's jumped up into the air, taking a hit on the legs, flipped around, gets him that much closer to a 1st down.
Still looks like he's got plenty of energy. 4:41, clock continues to tick. Let's snap this with under 4:30 to play in the game, and Mountain Crest leads Dixie 18-17. High snap, kind of surprised him, but he's going to have the 1st down. And he's going to give himself up and slide at the 38.
Rare to see Tyson Fisher lose contain, expecting up the middle. They were sending a double linebacker blitz, and smart by Hall, great awareness, just kicks it outside, and it's wide open. And as a linebacker got kicked inside too, good block. I think that was Dart on the left side.
He's been everywhere. Again, we're going to be naming a Dash Trucking Player of the Game for each team. We'll pick our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game from Appliance Wholesalers Plus, plus the Jimmy John Super Sub. And then for our radio audience here on ESPN, Southern Utah, we're going to have the Region 9 wrap-up show. Get you stats from all the other games. Fumble! Ball comes loose. Flags fly. Hall gets on it. Takes a hit. Fisher helps him back up. Man, the flags have just been flying in the second half. And it's a false start on Mountain Crest. Coach Stokes gives his applause. Well, with everybody going up to 4A this year, we weren't sure exactly how we'd stack up with, Region 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
And 3 out of 4 Region 9 teams winning in the first round, and now 2 already losing today. That ball got kicked around. Luckily, it was recovered by Mountain Crest because the penalty would have been negated had the Flyers jumped on it, but that took a big kick out to the outside the tackle almost. So Hall now in the gun. Trips to the far sideline. 3-man front for the Flyers defensively. Looks like they got a soft cover too, and Hall's going to run it up the middle, and he's going to be hit and dropped immediately. Staley coming up and making a big-time play. That's a Galleon Welker big hit, Bert Staley.
Very aggressive play call here by Alapapo, bringing up Wilgar again and Staley, who get into the backfield. And, wow, what a play by Staley.
Not much room there to run. And now it's 2nd down and 16. Ball on their own 33. Flyers can only stop the clock once with the timeout. Obviously, other ways it can stop, but I don't think Mountain Crest is going to be too eager to throw, except for maybe on 3rd down. No, they're going to. They're going to throw the football. Hall's going to roll out right. Fisher chasing, and he's going to throw it away and almost caught. Diving effort, and it'll be 3rd down. And I think Coach Stokes wanted grounding again on that throw, but I think there was a receiver in the vicinity.
Yeah, Fisher coming hot around this angle. Look at how fast he is chasing down very athletic Hall, as well as Caden Williams. Just gets rid of it before he crosses the line of scrimmage.
And now they do throw a flag.
Or maybe that's going to be the call.
Well, wasn't there a receiver in the
Maybe they're saying he threw it after the line of scrimmage. Because he's pointing at the line. Because
he did turn upfield and run.
Yeah.
Illegal forward pass then would be the call if that's what you're seeing. And that is exactly correct, Andy. Good eyes. Coach Stokes wanted it immediately. Maybe he was standing almost near the line of scrimmage. Young, exciting coach. Mentioned earlier he was a couple years in the National Football League.
I think that's it's a tough call that fast. His whole body's got to be across, and I think that was the proper call there.
But it's now going to be backed up back to about the 33-yard line. Maybe 3rd and 16 again. No, it's going to be more than that. Ball's going to be back to the 28 now after that penalty.
Yeah.
Is that the right spot? 5 yards on that illegal forward pass? It was at the 33, now they're at the 28, so a 5-yard penalty. That looks right. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 21. 2:39 to go. Brady Hall needs a little magic, try to keep this drive alive. He's sweating. He's got to take that helmet off and recollect his thoughts. They're still talking about something. Now they're going to move it to the 30. So they were looking at the spot. If the penalty is from where he threw it, and they say he threw it 2 yards past scrimmage, then that would make sense.
I think Dixie's obviously got to be anticipating the screen, but Mount Crest hasn't been able to throw it down the field without it getting picked off, so I'd be surprised if they let him heave it deep on 3rd and long.
Trips. Out of the gun, Hall, silent count has it. Rolling right. Looking. Now he's going to come back left. Now he's going to take a toss into traffic. 2 DBs back, and it is intercepted by Dixie. I think Pulsiver wrestled it away. And now flags fly. Pulsifer out-jumped and another cut. I think somebody's not happy, and I think somebody got a penalty there.
There was a penalty in the scrum. It was another kind of, looked to me like a simultaneous possession. Pulsifer may have gotten the end of it. We'll maybe see it on the replay. But there's been a few of those tonight as the refs kind of try to figure it out. Maybe they're just trying to figure out the penalty. But a heck of a play by Pulsifer to jump up.
Almost,
basically a punt by Mount Crest.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. At least it was a shot deep down the field. But it is going to be a personal foul. And it is going against Dixie. So somebody said or reacted after the interception. And that's going to hurt the Flyers. Back them up 15.
See the replay here for our TV audience.
He just underthrew that ball.
And almost, good job there by Pulsifer. And just too bad for Dixie fans that they're backed up just that much more after the flag.
I'm trying to see where the penalty flag occurs here. What's the flag there? It was right there. Mount Crest player there never let go of Pulsifer. What was the flag for, Andy?
I didn't see it.
Either way, Flyers take over. And 1st down, Barber going to roll left. He's going to throw the sideline. It's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Wyatt Forbes. 2:22 on the clock. One timeout in the pocket of Dixie High. They're down 18-17. You know, you got to be thinking somewhere around the 25 for a good look at a Miles Keenan field goal. Make it around a 40, 41-yarder, something like that. We'll feel comfortable maybe trying, but long way to go from there. Barber over the middle, one-handed attempt at a grab, and it's incomplete. Mahi had one arm only to go up with that ball. Flyer fans thought maybe it was a little hold. No call.
Pretty good finesse throw here by Barbin. He had time in the pocket. And
no call.
Yeah, I agree with keeping the flag in the pocket there.
Yeah, there was nothing early. There was no hold. Just didn't make that one-handed catch. Couldn't get two hands up high enough on it. So now 3rd and 10. And with only one timeout, you really got to have a big play here. They're going to dump it into the flat to Westfall. Westfall's going to juke, get out to the 30. And if he gets to the 30, that's a first down, and it's right at the sticks. Just depends on the spot. And it is a Flyers first down.
Wow, big play on just a very simple throw out here as he rolls out left. Simple pitch and catch, and man, Barbin is struggling. You can just see, even on a simple throw like that, one half of his body is basically limp as he delivers the ball.
Hara came back and got a block, and caught that to 22.
Yeah.
Got 8 yards after he made that catch. Normally you don't like to throw it that short of the sticks, but he was able to get the yards after the catch. 2:09 on the clock. Dixie trailing Mountain Crest, 18-17 on the one-loss scoreboard. Barbin fixing his uniform out of the gun. The southpaw gonna throw, steps up. Now steps in the pocket, now lets it fly, a flag down, and he throws it away. Westfall was the only man, and now there might be a hold on Dixie as there's a flag right at the feet of one of the big offensive linemen. That's big 77, Wyatt Hansen. It's one of the seniors. He's got a quizzical look on his face, his hands up in the air, which would normally indicate he's the guilty party, but doesn't like it. You got Hansen, and you've got Nick Collins. You've got Brogan Boyle. You've got a lot of guys that don't get a lot of credit there in the trenches for the Flyers. A lot of new guys this year. But that time they get caught with the hold. It's outside.
Wow. Interesting.
Was that the right call, in your opinion?
No, I don't think it was. I think there was some hooking there, but it was initiated by the defense and way away. I don't agree with that one.
2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in this game. Barbin, slant route. Forbes, what a catch. Back out to the 20-yard line. And that's a pickup of almost 7.
And Mountain Crest basically taking Hara out of this game, the best receiver for Dixie. Barbin's having to kind of nickel and dime it to other guys.
7 defensive backs in right now. Barbin's going to roll, going to throw, comeback route. There's Hara. And he's out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, and the clock will stop with 1:38 left in the game.
They've had such good rhythm and timing between these two all season long. It only makes sense now, the final drive potentially of the year for Dixie. They hook up, and they'll need to continue to do that throughout the rest of this drive. He's got to throw it that long way to the far side of the field, but good timing on that comeback route.
I know one Dixie player that would love to be out there right now. That's Hobbs Nyberg. He's got a sling on his left arm. Injury in the first quarter. Broken wrist. Mahi going to catch it in the flat. And a big hit. Wow. And the flag flies in. They got a helmet-to-helmet call there, I think, late against Mountain Crest.
Yeah, Mahi catches the ball, kind of gets grabbed and held up, and then as he's going down to the ground, a Mustang comes in, hits him helmet-to-helmet. That's going to be the call.
And that's going to help Dixie. If that, and again, they're talking about it.
And that's such a tough call when you're coming to tackle a guy. You're not sure where his helmet's going to be. I always feel for the defensive guy, but that is a dangerous play.
You look at it again live. At first, you see just a Gallion Welker big hit, but when you look close, slow it down a little bit.
It's kind of held up here by Bo Robinson, vulnerable, and then that's a good call.
He leads with the head, and that's exactly what you don't want.
Forehead to forehead. That's a really good call.
So the Flyers now into Mountain Crest territory with 1:26 left, 18-17. Dixie trailing by 1. Barbin, new set of downs, going to throw over the middle, and Mahi has it go off his hands. It's nearly intercepted. Wow.
Camden Olsen almost comes down with a deflection pick there, which would have sealed the deal for Mountain Crest. Luckily for the Flyers, it falls to the turf, but Barbin throws it maybe just a little bit high to the smaller Mahi, just tips it up with one hand, and Camden was in the right spot, just couldn't haul it in.
That would have probably sealed it with only one timeout and 1:18. Flyers need to get into field goal range, and they're about 20 yards away from where it would be a comfortable attempt. Barbin's going to roll, going to throw, and it's complete. Travis Muir catches it, and he's down to about the 35-yard line of Mountain Crest, and a nice pickup of about 8 yards on the pitch and catch on the crossing route.
Here comes up with a huge catch, and Barbin being chased down. The linebacker coming late, and perfect delivery to Muir. Gets out of bounds, clock stops, third down.
Yeah, actually dove ahead, but where he went out of bounds, only about a 6-yard gain. So third and a long 4. 1:10 to go. Timeout, Mountain Crest. We'll collect our thoughts. Just a 30-second timeout. 1:10 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Flyers. Almost 3rd and 6. They trail 18-17 on the one-loss scoreboard. Don't go away.
There is a place where young and old make connections. Where kids feel like grown-ups. And grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast. Where wonder is universal. And laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future. Families find each other. And feelings find their home. There is a place.
Now, welcome back. 1:10 on the clock. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson. Man, it's been a fun one. It's been the closest game in the 4A quarterfinals when you look at the other scores from across the state. Pineview losing to Skyview. Desert Hills losing to Orem. Stansbury beating Ridgeline tonight. All those games are finals. It's the only one left in 4A tonight. 18-17 Mountain Crest. Can the Flyers convert here to 3rd down? And almost 5. Barbin gonna throw. Pressure comes and he's hit and it's incomplete. Had to throw it. It might have been deflected. He was trying to hit Hera, and it's 4th down for Dixie, and they're not in field goal range.
Big pressure from Bostic, and then they had linebackers coming as well. Barbin had no time, and he was looking at Hera. Hera fell down on his route anyway, but dialing up the pressure. Good call by Mountain Crest there on 3rd and 5. Bostic just comes through almost untouched, just goes through a seam in that offensive line, and no shot.
You've practiced a lot of different plays over the course of the year, all the two-a-days, and it all comes down to this play to keep their. Now, was there a flag down? The officials, there is. There's a flag on the far sideline. There is a flag down. No official has signaled. The white hat is looking at the side judge. The side judge is talking to the Mountain Crest coaching staff, and the Mountain Crest players are pointing at Dixie. It's an illegal man downfield by Dixie. That play happened so fast. How did somebody get downfield? That wasn't even interesting. Okay, so they'll decline the penalty, take the play. It's 4th down, and here we go.
And the issue with this formation is that Hera, and it looks like they're going to call their final timeout, probably wisely, dial up their best play in the playbook here, 4th and 5.
I don't know. You had a lot of time to figure it out. I'd love,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you had all that time on the officials. You got to go with the play and go with your gut. You allow both teams to catch their breath. I don't know that I love this time.
Well, and the issue with the formation they're in is your best player, Hera, is 20 yards away from Barbin on the far side of the field. They're on the left hash. They got Hera split all the way out, and Barbin with half a body to throw it to him. So I don't know if they dial up a different formation or a different play or get creative here, but they just spent their last time out.
1:04 in the game. If you're just tuning in, Mountain Crest took a 6-0 lead on a Bo Robinson 42-yard touchdown pass from, and then the PAT was no good. Then they tacked on a field goal. It was 9-0 to start this game. Then Dixie comes roaring back, couple picks, bad punt. Dixie recovered in the 20, and then Harris scored. Preston Moore, the sophomore running back, ran one in. And in the second half, we've had just one touchdown. That came from Mountain Crest. And Flyers have only been able to get a field goal. So a 14-9 lead at the half has now turned to 18-17 deficit. 4th and 5. Season on the line for Dixie. Ball at the Mountain Crest 37-yard line. Barbin has it out of the gun. Here comes the blitz. He rolls. He's going to tuck. He's going to run for it, and he didn't get it, I don't think. Mountain Crest celebrating. I don't think he got it. I think he's a yard short. He's knocked out of bounds. Spot is going to be inside the 35.
What a gutsy run by Barbin. I mean, he lowers his right shoulder, the one that's been hurting, to try to get the first down. We'll see it on the replay. Rolls out left, knows that this is going to hurt, puts his right shoulder down,
What
and
a
just
hit.
takes it.
That is a Gallion
Just
Welker
short.
big hit by Lofthouse. Lofthouse
What a
just
play.
won the game for Mountain Crest, barring a crazy turnover with 56 seconds to go. They don't even have to run a play. They can kneel on it 4 times in a row. Dixie cannot stop the clock. This game is over, barring a fumble snap. And this is a Friday that I haven't seen in a long time where 3 Region 9 teams go down in the quarterfinals. Welcome to 4A, Southern Utah.
Yeah, seriously.
Physical game.
These are some big boys, and they put some hits on the Flyers.
Losing Hobbs Nyberg, obviously devastating for this Dixie team. They fought on. Barbin is not 100%. And for the seniors, and there's a number of them on this Dixie team, you can see realization just setting in. Barbin getting consoled by some of the coaches on the sideline. He left it on the field. You got to tip your hat at Mountain Crest. They're fans who traveled well, jumping around over there, cheerleaders celebrating. Why not? They're going to Rice Eccles Stadium. They'll play Stansbury next week. The other semifinal will be Orem and Skyview. And we won't have a Region 9 team playing in the semis this year.
As the Mustangs charge the field or celebrate. Sad time here for Dixie Flyer faithful, but what a game, Double D.
Barbin stopped on 4th and 5, got about 4 yards. And Lofthouse with a punishing Gallion Welker Beckstrom big hit. Well, we'll take a quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Dr. Cody at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry will help us present the post-game show, and then stick around. We'll have a Region 9 wrap-up show, lots of awards to hand out. We'll give you a complete recap on this one. Dixie loses a heartbreaker, 18-17 on the final on the one-loss scoreboard. Back in 2 minutes.